Good evening, Arrow fans, and welcome to the inaugural football broadcast of Arrow TV, courtesy of Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. Welcome tonight. My name is Sam Mooney. With me in the booth tonight and for the remaining 4 home games for sure is Tyson Zemlicka.
I'm happy to be here, Sam. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. So for those of you that this is your first time coming to Arrow TV, what we're doing here is we're going to broadcast every home Arrows football game. We'll be right here in this small booth. It'll be Tyson and I. We're going to bring you all the live action. We've got about 4 cameras that are going to be live. We're going to have instant replay. We've got kids that are working cameras. We've got kids that are working soundboards. This is the brainchild of Ryan Remmers. So Ryan has really done a good job of getting everybody together, and the goal here is to bring anybody and everybody Arrow football.
I like it. I can't wait. Opening night of football, Arrow football. What more can you ask for, Sam?
What's better than Friday Night Lights, Tyson? For those of you that don't know, let me introduce you to Tyson Zemlicka. Tyson Zemlicka is kind of a football legend in our area. State champion for the Waverly South Shore Coyotes back in what?
2011.
2011.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
Old man up here. Also is a 4-year starter or a 3-year starter at Northern State?
2 years.
2 years
starter linebacker.
2-year starter
Long
at
time
linebacker.
ago, that too.
There you go. So he brings some credibility to the booth because we know that I need all the help I can get up here.
No, you're going to be fine. We're going to have a good time tonight, have a little fun. Excited to see what this Arrows team brings tonight. You know, opening night. A lot of tough things with opening night. How many penalties you may have, you know, and turnovers, but I'm sure both teams want to get that first quarter out of the way, mistake-free, turnover-free as much as possible, and then just, you know, kind of cut loose and let it go from there. But it should be a fun night.
So if you're the Arrows and you're Coach Hordorf and you're coming off of a 3-win season and a tough loss to T last year in the playoffs, what are you hoping to see tonight, and what are you hoping to grow from last year to this year?
I think just the excitement of having, you know, the guys have been warming up or practicing for now 3, 4, 5 months, getting ready for this. It's just kind of time to let the dogs out here. You know, chains are off, let them go, have a little fun tonight. Like I said, you know they're going to make some mistakes in that first quarter, but just get ready to learn from it and just watch them play and have fun.
So you've had some time to look at a little bit of film. Coach Hordorf was nice enough to allow us some action or some access. What do you see? What do you see out of all conference, all state Juven Hudson?
I think that's the first thing that jumps off the page here, off the film, whatever you're watching. He is a special talent. He's gonna be playing football for at least 4 more years after this season. I'm excited to watch him tonight. Have a front row seat for him for the next 8 or 9 weeks here.
Yeah, for sure. So a guy like Juven, who I think everybody can agree that is going to be playing Saturdays, you know, you got recruited, you know, by quite a few different schools. You know, what kind of advice, if Juven's back here listening to this now, say it's tomorrow morning and he's listening to this, what kind of advice can you give Juven from somebody who's been recruited and somebody who has had that type of experience?
You know, tomorrow morning he's going to be icing up because he's going to be sore after this one. But hopefully it's just kind of enjoy the ride through these next 8 weeks. Don't put too much stock into it. You got plenty of time to make a decision. So go out, have fun with your boys, have fun with your brothers, and just really take it in stride because this 8 weeks, this 2-3 months goes by so fast. So hopefully he's prepared to just live in the moment, and then he can make that decision when it comes.
So you know, I don't need to tell you, you played college football, you played big time high school football, you won a state championship, represented your school in the biggest building, biggest football heaven in South Dakota at the Dome there. So we know that football is not just one guy, right? 11 guys on offense, 11 guys on defense, and special teams. It takes everybody collectively to win a team or to win a game. I mean, it's a team. So with Watertown this year, they're going to take a different approach. So you're going to see some different things. I spent some time talking to the offensive coordinator for the Arrows here, Castle, and he was excited about some things. You're going to see an entirely different offense this year, something that we haven't seen before. In fact, Castle told me that he's going to turn back the clock a little bit, and we're going to go to the late '90s, early 2000s. You know, way back in my day.
I like it.
Yep. So we're going to see some ground and pound. We're going to control the clock. You're going to see some things that maybe you haven't seen before from the Arrows in a long time. You're going to see some things that they're going to go under huddle, or they're going to get in a huddle and then they're going to go under center. And those are things that we haven't seen from Watertown football. So Tyson, talk about that a little bit. What's the biggest difference for a quarterback for an offense when you go from shotgun to under center?
I think it's, for these guys, it's just playing to your strengths. Obviously, if Juven's one of your top players, this offensive line is also strong. They dominate running the ball. They're going to have to stick to that. So for these guys, just making their lives a little bit easier for the receivers and for everybody else, establishing that run game for your quarterback especially, lean on Juven, lean on that offensive line, and just kind of go from there. But not having everything from shotgun and kind of relying on your quarterback to do a little bit more than what he's either ready for or capable of right now. You're going to put that workload on Juven and just see where he can take you for a little bit.
Sure. So, speaking of quarterback, the Arrows are going to be led this year by the 5'10" junior, Trayton Himrick, number 12. Trayton got some time last year, shared some time with graduating senior quarterback Alex Carey. So Trayton's used to this. He's acclimated to the Friday night lights. Do you think right now, even after he got some time as a sophomore, is there any butterflies? Is there any bugs with Trayton right now while he's sitting in the locker room, or do you think he's prepared and ready to go?
Always butterflies, whether it's week 1 or week 8. Definitely playing some last year is going to prepare him for this moment, prepare him for tonight. But I don't think you're human if you're not a little bit nervous or have a little bit of anxiety for a game like this. It's the Brookings Bobcats. You're playing against your big rival. Everybody's nervous. Everybody wants to get that first snap, if not at least first quarter out of the way. But, when he gets in there, as soon as he gets hit 1 or 2 times, probably just once, he'll be right in the groove of it and he'll be fine.
We spent a lot of time talking about the offense, but there's that completely other side of the field, the dogs.
Yeah.
Maybe the guys that don't get as much love and don't get as much as attention as the offense. But the Arrows defense this year is going to be led by Simon Hendricks, the 6 foot, 205-pound senior. Last year, he led the team in tackles with just north of 50, 52, I think is what he had. So as a junior, you lead the team in tackles. He's playing a position that you played your whole life, right?
Yeah, right.
So you got a pretty good idea. So tell me about the mentality and the dog in you in order to play a position like that, and what can we expect from Simon Hendricks tonight?
I think from when I watched him last year and when I watched him on film this week, he really is the anchor of that defense, and the Arrows are going to kind of go on defense as he goes, just like how Juven kind of jumps out on film on the offense side of the ball. They will go as far as he goes, and I know Blake Winches is out tonight. That's going to be a big loss. It just is going to require Simon to pick up that much more of the load, and I'm sure nobody's more ready for it than him. He's probably fired up.
So on the other side of that, on the other side of Simon Hendricks is going to be the 6'4", 215-pound outside linebacker. New numbers, same name, Caden Beauchamp. What do you expect from Caden tonight?
I'm excited to watch Caden Beauchamp play. I know him a little bit personally. I know he's excited for tonight. We've been talking about it for the last couple of months. So, again, with Spencer with Blake being out, to see how him and Simon are going to kind of control that middle part of the field, it's going to be a big part because Brookings going to run the ball a lot too. And he said we'll see how good that defensive line is tonight, but we know those two are going to have to carry the load for the Arrows tonight.
So what we do know from the Brookings team is they are led by a sophomore quarterback. So a sophomore quarterback making his first start in varsity. So you're the defensive coordinator. What are you dialing up? What's your first play? You going after him?
I'm coming after him, but they're probably going to run the ball those first couple plays just to get maybe, unless they're going to surprise us all, which isn't probably the worst idea. But I'm coming after him all night. Just you got to make his life tough in his first career high school start. Not saying he's not ready for it, but you got to use his inexperience against him as much as you can.
Sir, so Jones Huntemer he's a 6'1", 165-pound sophomore quarterback. So if you're the offensive coordinator for the Bobcats and you're looking over at these defensive guys from Watertown, what are you scheming for? Are you trying to go against Simon Hendricks? Are you going to run towards him? Are you going to block towards him, run away from him? What are you going to do to put your quarterback, your sophomore quarterback, in the best position to win a football game?
I think Simon's one of those players. It's actually probably more beneficial to go at him because if you go away from him, he's just gonna run down a gap and probably give you a TFL. So, for Brookings, it's probably just send an extra blocker at him, send a fullback at him, and just try to, 3-4 yards in a cloud of dust kind of mindset. But again, if you're Brookings, you got to get your rookie quarterback just in the flow of it here. And I said I expect quite a few running plays that first quarter from Brookings.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think Brookings is going to come out. They're young. They might be a little faster than Watertown is, but I think looking at some film, it'll be interesting to see how the Arrows defense attacks the Bobcat offense.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We get this crowd into a little bit from the get-go too. You get a sack, you get a TFL, you get a turnover right away. Maybe get Bobcats to jump on offense here. Anything to get this crowd going, kind of just either rattle the Bobcats or maybe that young quarterback right away. Anything like that's going to be a big advantage. So a little over 10 minutes here till we get to see that, but I know these boys are fired up. I can't wait to see this crowd get a little bit wild too.
So we're just like you said, we're just about 10 minutes away from kickoff. So walk me through what's happening in the locker room right now. You played at Northern, you played in a state championship game, won a state title, played big time games in big time places. So what's happening in the locker room right now? What are these young high school men doing to get themselves prepared to go on that field?
You know, our coach always said at this point, the hay's in the barn. You know, there's not much more you can do right now. You know your jobs, you know your assignments. You go out there and you do them. You trust your brother. You trust the guy next to you. You just execute. You make a mistake, you know, you got to be there to pick your brother up and say, you know, next play, you know, move on. And then just keep fighting every down. Never give up. This is a long football game. Might be a low-scoring game, might be a high-scoring game, whether it's 30-0 or it's 10-10. You just keep fighting. Keep putting your head down. It's week one. Got a lot to learn from this week. Got a lot to get better from after this week. Probably even at halftime. But that's going to be the message right now. Just take a deep breath. You know, we're never going to ask you to do more than you can handle. Just do your 1/11th out there. And from there, they trust one another. They'll be just fine.
Perfect. Well said, Tyson. We are going to take a quick break. We're going to go live to the field, maybe take a commercial break, and when you come back and you join us again, we'll be live for kickoff.
I'm Juven Hudson, and you're watching WHS Football on Arrow TV. I'm Trent Herrick, and you're watching Arrow Football on Arrow TV.
Okay, we are back, and we are just about under 8 minutes away from kickoff. Looks like the players are lining up for the national anthem. So we'll sit back, we'll listen to the greatest song ever composed, give respect to the greatest country, and when we're done with that, we'll be ready for kickoff, Tyson.
Can't wait. I know these kids are getting fired up.
2023 Watertown Arrow football season, brought to you by Arrow TV, courtesy of Dakota Land Federal Credit Union, is just about 7 minutes away.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's football game between the visiting Brookings Bobcats and our Watertown Arrows. This contest is being conducted under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. Good sportsmen and respect for officials and their decisions will be expected of everyone. Failure to do so could result in removal from this event. At this time, we ask that you please stand as the Watertown High School Band, under the direction of Austin Portland, honors America with the playing of our national anthem. Proper respect for the flag is to remove your cap, stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Active duty personnel or veterans not in uniform may salute the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Arrow cheerleaders. First of all, we have Annabelle Brendan, Kendra Buchholz,
All right, Watertown Arrows
Brooklyn
are
Ball,
introduced. They're about to host the Brookings Bobcats here for Game 1 of the 2023 football season. So right now, the legendary Nick Kranz is introducing the cheerleaders, and then we'll go to introduction of the starters. I'm not sure if they're going to do offense or defense. You played both in high school. What is it better to? Do you think it gives you better hype, better energy to introduce the offense first or the defense?
I think it's the offense, but that's kind of a whichever one you prefer tonight. They kind of always rotate every night, but it looks like it's the Arrows offense with some of those big old lineman numbers in there.
Defensive tackle, 200-pound senior, number 71, Joey Fitzpatrick.
So you can hear Nick Kranz talking, introducing the Brookings Bobcats right now. Looks like there's still some fans that are filing in. Pretty good crowd tonight here at the legendary Watertown Stadium. Fun fact about the stadium, it was built in 1942.
1942. I didn't know that. Got another year or two of playing here, maybe?
Well, the hope is that we'll be playing here next year, but we're not sure. There's people that are much smarter and better looking than both of us that are in charge of that. Thank goodness.
Thank God. They get paid more to make those big decisions. We'll just call the game tonight.
You know what? I feel like we've got the easy job to just sit here and call the game as we see it. Speaking of legendary, there's a former quarterback, number 3, Alex Gary, graduated last year, starting quarterback, QB1.
Crossing through. Yep. Got here just in time.
Yep, came back from all the way from Brookings, South Dakota to come cheer on his alma mater.
Classic 18-year-old showing up with 2 minutes before the game. That's perfect. Just glad to see him here. I don't know how many alumni from last year show up, but that's the first one I've seen so far. I've kept my eye out looking for a couple of them. But
yeah, I mean, it's kind of a big deal. You go off for college, but, you still have kind of I talked to my daughter who just graduated last year, and, I asked her if she'd be tuning in to watch tonight, and she said, she's got a little FOMO. She's got a little fear of missing out. She wants to come in and sit with the student section, but at the same token, she wants to move on, so.
Jared Hunnemar and head coach Brady Clark. And now the starting lineup for your Watertown Arrows. Offensive unit starting at center. 260-pound senior, number 56, Landon Perry. At right guard, 240-pound junior, number 65, Jaden Lambert. At left guard, 280-pound sophomore, number 77, Caleb Bronson. At right tackle, 265-pound junior, number 71, Carter Engel. At left tackle, 230-pound junior, number 62, Nash Bird. Starting at tight end, 205-pound senior, number 5, Simon Hendricks. At one wide receiver, 160-pound senior, number 10, Colin Franz. And the other wide receiver, 165-pound junior, number 7, Mitch Olson. And the other wide receiver, 160-pound junior, number 3, Nathan Briggs. Starting at running back, 175-pound senior, number 8, Juven Hudson. And at fullback, 150-pound junior, number 12, Clayton Timber.
All right, there you have it. There's your starting offensive unit for your 2023 Watertown Arrows football team.
Even looking at them up here, that offensive line is big. So they're going to have to lean on that tonight. Juven, that offensive line. I know Trayton doesn't have a lot of starting experience, so kind of getting his feet wet in there too. It should be, might be a lot of running this first quarter. That's okay. Just kind of establish your dominance here if you're Watertown and kind of go from there.
Yeah, lean on your all-world running back. You know, have him get behind those big offensive linemen. See if you can find a hole. You know, Watertown also has got some good size on the tight ends. You know, we're going to see a lot of Simon Hendricks on the line, and I think there might be some plans to have some other guys run in there for a tight end as well. But you know, we'll see what happens as our captains, number 8, 88, 56, and 5, are going to come out there for the coin toss. What's that like, Tyson? Talk to us about that. You've done that 100 times. What's
you know,
that like?
A little bit of an intimidation process. You try to send maybe your 4 biggest guys out there from time to time, but you know, usually it's the guys that, you know, take the responsibility and kind of, you can't have somebody ever say kick when you're out there. Do you know that, Sam? You don't ever use the word kick. It's either receive or defer, or you pick your end zone, but you don't ever say the word kick.
So tell us about that, because I've actually been witness to that. What happens?
We had a guy, you only get to pick if you want to receive or kick.
Right.
So if you choose kick, then the second half, the other team gets to choose to receive, so they get to receive both halves. You only get to pick once. So when you pick kick, their team will pick receive in the second half. So
all the way to the ground.
Yep, so that future football arrows that are out there listening, you go and do the coin toss, never select a kick.
Brookings has won the toss, elected to defer the second half.
Okay, so Brookings has won the toss and they have elected to defer.
So now the arrows should say receive. It'd be pretty week 1 if they accidentally said kick, though. I mean, that's those are some of the actions that happen week 1. But yeah, you never.
Watertown will receive first half.
Okay, Watertown's
Pick it
gonna
up. Good
receive
luck.
the ball.
I like it. I mean,
I like it too. Let's get them out there right away. Let's see.
I would say this is Watertown's strength, would be their offense side of the ball. I would lean that way. So we'll see. You know, get your horses out there right away and get them running.
So returning for the Arrows is going to be number 35, Owen Sparts. He's a 5'10", 160-pound senior. We might see Juven Hudson out there returning the ball as well.
Yeah, I saw him running out there. He's itching to take that kickoff back to the house. He's not. If that ball's anywhere near close to him, he's taking it.
I tell you what, if you want an electric way to start off a season, you take that ball 80 yards to the house and watch this crowd go nuts.
There's nobody that wants to do it more.
I believe it. Well, anticipation is almost ended here. We are just about ready to kick off. Players are in position. Coach Hodorf has got his guys huddled up and breaking, and now we're just moments away. So it looks like it's going to be number 35, Owen Sparts, yep, and number 8, Juven Hudson back there. We'll see what Brookings does. If you're Brookings, are you kicking away?
Yeah, I'm not kicking to Juven. I'm not getting him any extra touches if I don't have to, but we'll see how far Brookings kicker can boot it here. Kind of got a diamond set up in the back return here. So if it's shallow to an edge, that's when Juven or is it number 3 over there will be taking it, Mr. Briggs.
All right, here we go. Number 12 is about ready to kick off, and our season is seconds away from starting. Just checking both sides, making sure everybody's ready. He's got the green light from everybody, and here we go. We are underway. And he kicks right to Juven at about the 20-yard line. Juven makes his cut up, breaks another tackle. Get out of here!
You gotta be
Get out of here! Get out of here! 80 yards to the house, number 8, Juven Hudson.
I don't see any flags on the field,
There
Sam.
are no flags on the field. I promise I am not Tony Romo, nor am I Nostradamus, but I think I just called it.
I said you can't give him an extra touch. That's got to be on Brookings' game plan. You got to know there's one guy that you don't need to give any extra touches to. And he made one cut, broke one kind of half tackle, and he was gone.
Man, I tell you what, this booth got really small because we were both jumping up and down with it, or just over sheer
It did.
joy and excitement.
It felt a little tighter in here when we were jumping. We only got about a foot clearance above our heads.
What a great electrifying way to start the 2023 season.
Caleb was cheering so much, number 77, he almost forgot to go out for the point after.
Well, let's see if number 21, Riley Fisher, can bang this through for the extra point, and he does. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a 7-0 fantastic, dynamite way to start your season.
Can't have any better than that, Sam.
You think that's the way Coach Hodorf just drew it up?
You know, if I'd asked him, he would have probably told me the same thing. They're probably not kicking right to Juven, you know, but sometimes that's the way it goes.
Wow.
You still got to wrap up and tackle. They had a chance at him. He made one good cut. He said kind of got through an arm tackle, and he was off to the races.
You know what? I bet you there's some coaches that make their living on Saturday that watch that and are smiling from year to year right now.
One play in, one touchdown. Not a bad start to Friday night.
Not a bad start at all. So now you got to get yourself collected. You got to get the emotions back in there. You got a 7-0 lead. You know, last year when these two teams played, I believe the score was 26-3.
Right.
You know, so now you're on the board right away. Now you got to calm everything down. You can't let them answer.
Just like I told you to start, whether you're it's 30-30, you're down by 30. You always got to be stay locked in. It's a long football game. Watertown can very easily get this momentum back if they're not sharp right here on this kickoff.
Yep, you got to harness all that energy, all that emotion. You can see Hodorf making sure that the right people are on the right field at the right places. Get out there. Let's see if the Arrows can pin them back and get that defense on the field and let the Caden Beauchamps, the Simon Hendrickses of the world step up and do their job.
I'm interested to see how good of a kicker number 39 is, because Brookings' two return men are way deep.
Yeah, so
a lot of green grass in the middle there.
That's Tom Foley, the senior kicker, 5'9", 145 pounds. We're gonna see what kind of leg he's got here. Foley addresses the ball, kicks it deep, all the way down to about the 15-yard line, right into the middle of the field, where he's met by a slew of arrows.
There you go. Well, here comes the Arrows defense, Sam. I'm excited to see how they can respond here. You got a hot start. You know, you got all the momentum in your favor. Again, going against that young quarterback, you got to make that snowball start rolling right away. You know, just build up on them.
So Brookings is going to take over 1st and 10. Looks like at about on the 22-yard line. Look at that. So you look at the Arrows defensive line. It looks like they got some pretty good size.
They do. They definitely look bigger than the Brookings offensive line. We'll see if they can stay low and get underneath their pads and drive them here.
So Brookings is going to start off in the shotgun formation, send a man in motion. They fake the handoff to the motion man and go right up the middle, where he is met again by a slew of Arrows football players. They are attacking the ball right now.
First play of the game, Sam. All 11 hats to the ball. As a defensive coordinator and a head coach, you can't be any happier.
Brookings is going to go no huddle here. They're going to go real quick and get to the line. Sophomore quarterback is going to check his band, get the cadence in, and we'll see what kind of formation they're going to run here. So we got a man in motion. Again, they hand off. He's out into the flat. Juven Hudson pushes him out of bounds. Looks like that's going to be a first down, no?
Yeah, they got a first down. We're going to see how good shape the Arrows are in tonight. If they're going to go, Brookings going to go no huddle all game. It's a hot one out there, Sam.
It is a hot one, yeah. And it looks like Brookings is going to go no huddle here again. We'll see what what do the Arrows have to do to slow this down?
You just communicate. You know, just talk. Make sure you're lined up, which they are right now. They're where they got to be.
So no motion this time around. A sophomore quarterback takes the snap and dumps over middle, and it looks like it's broken up, tipped in the air.
Number 28 almost came down with that ball in his hands. Caden Decker. He was about a step and a half away from making a huge play in this game, but great breakup by the Arrows.
Yeah, great breakup by the Arrows. Decker gets out there, looked like great instincts to the ball, knocked it up, and we're going to start at 2nd and 10 here on the Brookings 32.
Nathan Briggs. 2nd and 10 for the Bobcats.
So as the Brookings sophomore quarterback gets it back under shotgun here, everybody is down and ready to go. Looks like we got an empty backfield.
Yeah, trips into the boundary.
Motion back into the backfield here.
Somebody
I think it looks like maybe a broken play. Looks like maybe a broken play. There you go, Caden Beauchamp with his. I wonder, is that going to go down as a sack? Or
TFL.
That's going to be a TFL?
That's all right. We'll take it either way. 2-3 yard loss in the backfield. Running back and quarterback had a little miscommunication. Again, hopefully that's some of the youth and the inexperience from that Brookings side, and Mr. Beauchamp capitalized when we needed him to.
You know what? I can call him the captain.
He keeps playing like that. You call him whatever you want.
So Brookings goes back here on 3rd and 14 under shotgun here. Quarterback scrambling. He's got a guy over the sidelines and misses him deep. Too high.
Way overthrown there. Again, maybe a little rattled. He had a lot of green grass. I know it's 3rd and long, but had a lot of green grass if he wanted to step up there and maybe take off. But
I feel like he had an opportunity to sit in the pocket a little bit, but it felt like he just ran right away. It felt like he got the ball and then rolled out.
I think inexperience is going to be the hot topic of the night, Sam. He's just maybe not quite comfortable back there yet. You know, the game's sped up for him just a little bit right now. A couple weeks from now, he might not be making that mistake, but we'll take it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So Brookings is going to line up to punt on 4th and 14 here. Blocked by Caden Beauchamp. The senior gets after it and blocks it. It looks like it's going to be arrow ball, 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Even better than a safety. You get the ball right on the 1. What a great play by Caden Beauchamp. He's all over the field right now in this first quarter.
Boy, you know what? Caden Beauchamp says, this is my senior year. I'm literally going to let it all hang out.
Yep, he's not saving anything. He's made 2 huge impact plays in this game right now. Like I said, nothing wrong with the safety, but getting the ball at the 1, you'll take that and try to get 6 points instead of just the 2 here.
So we'll see what kind of offensive formation the Arrows are going to come out in. This is their first offensive series here. So it looks like number 12, Simon Hemrick, is under center.
Yeah.
Under center. We haven't seen that from the Watertown Arrows football team in quite some time. So we go in motion here, Juven Hudson in the backfield. Sweep out to Hudson. He cuts up. And no signal from the ref yet. Looks like he is short.
The handoff is to Juven.
Right idea, though. Everyone's thinking you're maybe going to pound her up the middle. You try to do a toss right. You're in the quarterback sneak range here, though. Get
yeah,
that.
You're right on there.
I would get that quarterback of yours who maybe hasn't played a lot of football himself. Get him feeling good. Get some confidence under his belt. Maybe punch one in himself there. We'll see where this nose tackle lines up.
I do like the idea of going out at a sweep there. Hodorf, Castle, and the group are trying to mix things up a little bit and trying to stay away from the old conventional dive. And there we see is a fullback dive
He's
right
in.
away, and it looks like he's in. Yep, Simon Hendricks.
For the touchdown.
Simon Hendricks goes in on a 1-yard dive from the fullback position. A little I formation power football from your Watertown Arrows.
Can't draw it up much better than this, Sam. I mean, quick kickoff return for a touchdown, get a 3-and-out, block a punt, and now in 2 plays you score again. It's you said you just got to keep this momentum here, but keep your head down. You got to stay focused. You got, all of 3.5 quarters left to play, so you got to stay locked in.
Well, number 21 here is going to, Riley Fisher is going to, oh no. Put my head down for 1 second. 1 second, Tyson. Tell me what happened.
Just, snapped over the long or the short snap and put it over the holder's head. Luckily for Watertown, they didn't pick it up. They didn't run it back. So it looked a little worse than it up there. I thought he was maybe going to pick that up and take off, but the kicker did a good job of hopping on top of him and getting him down.
So for fans out there that are watching and listening that maybe not privy to all the rules, is Brookings able to pick that up and run it back? And if they are, do they get 2 points for it?
Actually, they don't in high school, do they, Sam? I was thinking we got a college ball game here tonight, but no, they just fall on it and it's dead.
Yep, there you go.
I think I watched too much NFL and college football.
Is there such thing?
In the NFL, you can take it back now.
Well, no. Is there such thing as watching too much NFL football?
I'll let you know. I haven't got there yet, I don't think.
All right, so Coach Hodorf has got the special teams lined up. We'll see what kind of boot Mr. Tom Foley has here.
We'll see if these Bobcats scoot up a little bit. He didn't quite kick it all the way down to the end zone, and obviously you can't catch the ball in the end zone and return it. So see if they take a few steps up, or see if he gets a little bit more into it.
Yeah, it looks like they're lined up at about the 5-yard line, and last time Foley kicked it to about the 15, so it gives the Bobcat receivers, a few yards to step up, and they catch it with some momentum moving forward.
Yeah.
All right, looks like everybody's ready. He's approaching the ball, and here we go. Looks like right down to the hash mark there. Fielded at about the 15 again. There's a little bit of a hole there. Again, a couple of good tackles there, led by number 35 for your Arrows, which is Owen Sparks.
I did see that shoulder pad come flying up there, right in the middle of that return. I didn't know if, I guess you would be the ones that saw it, Sam.
Perfect.
I'll let you take that up with the officials at halftime. You may got more pull to talk to them than I do.
You know, I feel like those officials are much better and smarter and better looking than I am, so I'm just going to let them do their thing down here. And
we got a pretty good view up here to see most of those things. That always helps.
That does help. So it looks like Brookings is going under center here. Sophomore quarterback, number 15, Jones Huntemer. And about the I formation, hands off, and look at that.
Caden Beauchamp's having a field day there, Sam.
You know what?
Unblocked into the backfield.
Beauchamp is just like I said. He's literally leaving everything out on the table. That's his second tackle of the night.
Second TFL.
Second TFL on top of the punt block that he's got. So Huntemer receives the call from the coach, getting everybody lined up. He's moving number 1, Will Conrad, around.
I like Watertown's been prepared the whole time here. They're not phased by this hurry up. They knew it was coming, it looks like. You know, they've been lined up the whole time. They're always knew where they need to be when the ball is snapped.
Huntemer receives the snap, and again, it looks like a screen off to number 22, Jay Harris.
Yeah, you got to smell the rat there, Sam. These guys didn't forget how to block in just one play. When they let you by that easy, you got to smell something's up. But good play by Watertown overall.
Yeah, Watertown did a nice job there. I mean, I agree. They need to smell the rat. They need to understand that the screen is coming, and you know, and kind of follow your guy out there. Typically, you're not going to be able to go in there untouched like that.
Right. Brookings head coach or OC knows that Watertown's playing fast right now. You got to do something to kind of slow the whole team, and number 88 down right now.
3rd and 2, so Jones Huntemer is back in the shotgun here. Hands off to number 1, Will Conrad, and looks like he is going to get a first down. However, there is a flag on the play.
I'm not sure if we had any legal formation there, Sam, but that flag was thrown as soon as the ball was snapped. And I didn't think anybody was offside or lined up offside.
Arrow coaches are pointing towards the Brookings sideline. I'm guessing this is coming back. Let's hear what the ref has to say.
Illegal formation. 5 men in the backfield.
Yeah, illegal formation on Brookings. They had 5 men in the backfield, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So we're going to replay 3rd down here. So here we sit in the first quarter, 7 minutes and 54 seconds left. The Arrows got a 13-0 lead. We're on 3rd and 7 here. Let's see what defensive coordinator can dial up here and what they can do to stop sophomore quarterback Jones Huntemer.
We're going to see how aggressive Brookings wants to be. They plan on throwing the ball here, and if punting if they don't get it, they're going to go a little bit more risky and maybe run the ball and go for it on 4th down. Probably a little early for that, so I expect to see a pass here.
Huntemer looks like he's got the call. He's moving his running back, Jay Harris. Looks like he's going to go option middle, and again, just met by the number 72 for the Arrows. That is Nathan Randall, the big 235-pound junior.
Number 2 is in there with him as well.
That is Peyton Bisker.
Good play by the Arrows defense, forcing a punt. You're not going to go for it on 4th and 9 here.
That's a great play by Peyton Bisker. You know, he's a 165-pound defensive back to come in and make that tackle.
Good wrap-up form tackle, too.
Somewhere his dad, Brian Bisker, who's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in your life, is happy. Punt comes down here. It looks like it's going to be received at about the 40-yard line. Missed tackle. We're going to move, and moves it up a few yards here. A little extracurricular activities going on there between number 34, which is Phoenix Sather, and Juven, but no flags are thrown. Good, hard, clean football.
Juven's fired up. You can tell he's not done playing when the whistle blows.
All right, so now this will give us an idea here of what kind of offense your Watertown Arrows are going to run here. So the first drive, we had an 80-yard kick return for a touchdown by Juven Hudson. Second drive, thanks to the block by number 88, Caden Beauchamp, led to a 1-yard touchdown run by Hendricks. So now, here we go. Let's see what this Arrow offense is about. Look at it here, a traditional I formation.
Yeah, you said it, Sam. They're gonna get under center. I think they're gonna pound the ball.
So Hendricks is under center. Hands off to Juven. Juven goes right through the middle. Good solid gain on 1st and 10.
Counter left. Number 65 pulled out and around, and gosh, he didn't get touched till he was 6-7 yards downfield. That guard. So get on his tail just a little tighter, and that's a good setup play. They're gonna come back to that one for sure. Just gotta run a little tighter.
You know, on 1st and 10, and you pick up 5 yards there, that really opens up your playbook, and you can really do whatever you want here. You can run, you can throw, you can go short, you can go deep.
Yeah, Watertown's got a lot of options right now. Everything's kind of clicking and working for them right now. They're in the shotgun now, so we'll see what they're going to.
So Hendricks lines up under shotgun, and he's got in motion, and he breaks a couple tackles, and looks like we got another first down.
Yeah, speed sweep here by Watertown. Kind of mixing it up. They get in the eye, they pound it, now they spread you out, they bring someone in motion, they go speed sweep right. Kind of keeping Brookings defensive coordinator and their defense, you know, kind of off their regular deal here. They're all looking to the sideline right now. They look kind of out of sorts here, Brookings does, so.
You know, on 2nd and 5, and they hand off to Nathan Briggs, the 5'10" junior. Again, another nice play, you know, just moving the chains, and then here we go back under, looks like they're going to be back under center here with Juven in the backfield in a bunch formation. Oh, I think we got movement on the arrows here. I think we're going to back it up 5 yards. I think we got a false start.
Offense, number 56.
Yeah, we got a false start on the arrows here. That's by number 56, Landon Peary. Landon's a 6 foot, 260-pound senior offensive lineman. So the Arrows will go back a few yards. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. 1st and 15. Arrows are up on a 13-0 lead after a sensational kick return and a 1-yard run by Simon Hendricks. So back under center, or excuse me, back under shotgun, handoff to Juven. Juven breaks a couple tackles, makes a few guys miss, and then he's met after about 1-yard gain.
Yeah, looks like he's about back to the line of scrimmage even, but they're getting the play in quick here. They're gonna huddle up, but it's all right. That's maybe, other than that penalty, that's really the first thing that's kind of went wrong for us. And that's what we talked about, just that first game of the year, not having those turnovers, those small mistakes. That's really the only momentum killer that they've had so far, and we'll see if it really kind of hurts in the rest of this drive here.
Yeah, I spent some time talking to the offensive coordinator, Will Castle, and he did say that you know, they are going to huddle. They want to make sure they got the right guys in the right place. So Hemrick is going to drop back, finds Hudson out there in a little bit of a flat, and he makes one guy miss and then gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So it looks like we're going to go from 2nd and 15 to about 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9.
Yeah. You know, again, it goes back to that kind of that penalty here a little bit. It'd be 3rd and 4 right now. You know, for sure being 4-down territory. Again, now you really kind of got to get 4 or 5 yards just to give yourself a chance at 4th down. And again, we'll see how aggressive the Arrows are with a 13-point lead. But we'll see if they get under, you know, if they get under center again and pound it. Just kind of expecting to go for it here on 4 downs.
Yeah, so it looks like they got him right back to the original line of scrimmage. So we're going to go 3rd down and 10. And again, the Arrows are going to huddle up. They're going to take some time off the clock. And they're going to, and Hodorf has got him in the best position here in order to succeed. It looks like there is a little bit of confusion between number 3, Nathan Briggs, and number 10, Colin Kranz. But it looks like they're on the same page now. Emmerich, oh boy, are we going to get another one, Tyson?
Timeout. We got a timeout. Hold on, I've got it just in time. That clock was running down, which is good. You could tell they were out of sorts here. This is a big down just from where you are. You need 5 yards to kind of make this a manageable 4th down. But
so if you get to a 4th and 4, a 4th and 5, at that point, are you going for it as a coach at this spot on the field, or do you want to go ahead and kick it and pin them back? You know, because Brookings' offense hasn't really been able to move the ball a whole lot to this point.
You know, you're not gonna make a wrong decision either way here. I think, you know, it's always easy to play Monday morning quarterback. If it goes wrong, we can sit back and say he did the wrong thing, and if it goes right, we say he's a genius. So I think it really depends here on how this play works, the momentum of it. Are you going to try to pound it down their throat, you know, or just kind of setting the tone for that 4th down play? But at this point right now, I would not be surprised if Watertown came up a little short to see him punt.
Well, let's take a look and see what happens. Coach O'Connor's got all the kids back on the sideline. We're ready to go here. It looks like we are going to be in a shotgun formation. You got 2 wide receivers closest to us, and number 3, Nathan Briggs, is going on the far side of the field with Juven in the backfield. 3rd and 10 Arrows here. Let's see what we dial up. Hemrick is forced out of the pocket. Looks like he's got a little bit of room. He's got a man wide open, and he just missed him. So he's looking for number 7, Mitch Olson there. Tough play on the run.
Yeah.
Tough play on the run.
Number 7's looking back into the sun. That's going to be a tough play. He didn't really have the room to just take off and run. Again, I don't blame Coach Hordorf. You throw the ball there, see if you can get 10 yards. If not, you send the punt team out, and you kind of rely on how good this defense has been playing right now. No problem with that at all.
Yeah, I don't have any issues with that at all. I think that's a tough throw. Hemrick didn't have time to really sit back and set his feet and make a good read and make a good throw. But you can see the athleticism from the young man there as he rolls closest to us and makes a throw about 30 yards downfield. We got a fake punt here. No, we don't. He fooled us all. Brookings takes it at about the 10 and looks like, again, he's just wrapped up and suffocated right away. Great special teams there.
Yeah, I like that. I like that technique from the Arrows there. Roll to your left. If you got a lot of room, a lot of real estate, you take off and run. Obviously, it kind of closed up pretty quick, and he has the option to just boot it off, and ends up being an awesome punt for the Arrows. Brookings going to start on their, 8-9 yard line here, and we'll let this defense go back to work, keep eating.
So you got 3 minutes left in the first quarter. All Arrows at this point. Let's see what the defense can dial up here and keep these Bobcats out of the end zone. Right now, the Arrows are controlling field possession, and they're controlling the time on the clock. So just a standard draw out of the shotgun right up the middle, but it looks like it's going to be positive for just, looks like a couple of yards there.
That front 7 of Watertown right now has not really given up anything on the run game. They've been tough in there.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job, and you're seeing the not only the experience from those guys up front, but you're seeing the big bodies really move guys around. It's really hard for Jones Huntemer to get anything going. So Jones Huntemer is going to line back up under shotgun. He's going to send number 23 Gavin Hamrick in motion here, and he's going to play action here and rolls out. It looks like he's looking deep at number 3. But nothing there. Suffocating coverage by your Arrows. That's number 16, Shea Coltrane.
Just kind of threw up a prayer there, Sam. He didn't really see his receiver. Didn't really have a whole lot of room. Threw it towards the Arrows sideline and just kind of hope nobody in purple caught it. But good defense by the Arrows. Everybody across the board was kind of matched up there. Tough throw for the Bobcats, and thankfully it ended up incomplete. Gonna have to throw it again here, though.
Yep, 3rd and 8, so they're gonna have to dial one up again and see if they can't pick up a few yards. Back under the shotgun.
Watertown brings the blitz.
Right over the. Oh, he almost had an interception. Almost had an interception. Is that Sparks?
Yeah, number 35. He's gonna be thinking about that one for the next couple hours, but it's all right. You force 4th down. Might as well block a punt. Then you'd rather block a punt than have the pick on the ground right there. So.
All right. Well, now we're looking for number 88. Where's Caden Beauchamp?
I think he had this series off, Sam.
No, he's right there on the end, on the far side of the field.
Far side this time.
Far side of the field. On the last punt, he was lined up closer to us, but it looks like they're going to try to maneuver him around a little bit. So they're going to punt here on 4th and 8 with 2 minutes left. And they got a hand up, and it looks like it's a shallow. He may have shanked it, but Brookings gets a good roll on it. It looks like they're going to get it all. We got a flag.
Sideline? Sideline warning?
Yeah.
Or I've seen the refs tell him to back up a few more times than I can count right now.
Yeah, it looked like the referee ran into him. Yep. So that's what we're gonna get.
Warning on the first one, Sam. Again, just another week 1 thing, but the way the Arrows are playing right now, they can live with that. Just something you learn from. But again, great field position.
Yeah, and then there you've got the referee letting the Arrows know, hey guys, got to get back.
Know you're fired up. We know you're in control of this game here, but. Don't run into us.
Yeah, the referee's got an important job to do, so we got to make sure that we keep them on their feet. All right, so the Arrows are going to take possession here with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first quarter with a 13-0 lead. They're going to get the ball on their 42, so they got great field position. Let's see what they do here as Hemrick takes the ball under center in a traditional I formation. So Hemrick's going to drop back and hand it off to Juven here. Juven's going to make a couple of cuts. He's going to make a couple of dances, make a few guys miss, and that's going to be real close to a 1st down.
Another 9-yard game. They're not worried about play action right now or, throwing downfield. They're just going to keep pounding into you. Brookings going to be sore by this time 2nd half rolls around. I thought at the start of the game that no huddle might kind of wear down Watertown. They're just sitting back, taking it easy, playing slow, just playing hardball, just running it down your throat.
I really like what they're doing here. They're huddling up. They're taking their time. Everybody is in a good spot. Now you got number 88, Caden Beauchamp, in on that offensive line as an eligible tight end. They're going to go back under a traditional I formation, and we're going to hand off to Juven. And look at that hole. Look at that hole. And who did he run behind? And he busts another tackle, and that's another Juven to Hudson touchdown.
The same play I told you 10 minutes ago, that counter left. He followed 65 a little bit tighter time. It was a little bit better meshed up, and right off his tail, and he was gone. That was the first offensive play they ran, was that power left when they were back here at their own 45. And this time it was ran flawlessly.
Yeah, and let's take a look at the replay here and see where that hole. But look at Caden Beauchamp there. Caden Beauchamp does a nice job of getting one guy out of the way, and then he peels off and gets another one, and then he's also led there by the left tackle, big left tackle, number 62, or excuse me, right guard Jaden Lambert.
Yeah, 65 was the pulling guard that made it through, and Juven did a nice job of setting up his block. That was a very well-run, cohesive play right there.
Yeah, it looks like our extra point is good. So with a minute and 17 left, your Watertown Arrows have put 20 points on the board.
I think you told me at the start of this game last year that this game ended about 29 or so to 3.
26 to 3, I believe, is what the final
These
was.
Arrows players didn't remember that at all. They came out here with a point to prove that you don't give up anything on your home turf, and they're bringing it. They didn't worry about last year at all. They've showed up tonight, and again, now you got this young quarterback for Brookings playing behind the 8 ball. He's going to start pressing a little bit, so maybe a few mistakes start coming here, a few errant passes, maybe a fumble gets away. So stay locked in. You got a little over 3 quarters yet, long game to go. Crazy things have happened, so Arrows got to stay dialed in here.
So with a minute and 17 seconds left in the first quarter, Juven Hudson's got about 55 yards rushing at this point. So well on pace for 100 yards here. And you know, with this senior season, with a lot of people watching, it's an excellent way to start your season.
55 yards rushing and 80 yards on a kick return. So
not bad.
He's been running a lot tonight.
Not bad.
He's playing darn good.
You know, but a lot of that credit needs to go to that offensive line. That pulling guard did a phenomenal job of ripping him open. Caden Beauchamp did a good job of getting off one block and getting to another. So you know, really good stuff here early on by the Arrows. Kickoff looks like it's going to come close to us, and that may trickle out of bounds. And that is going to trickle out of bounds. So for those that are watching on Sunday, that ball is going to go out to the 40. Where are they going to put it in high school, Tyson? to
They're going to ask Brookings if they want to re-kick. It doesn't look like they are going to. The offense coming back out here, so they're just going to take the penalty here. It started at the 25-yard line.
On the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
35-yard line.
Yeah, going back to your point to that Watertown offensive line, they are tough right now. You know, that's nothing fancy, not trying to surprise anybody. Counter, a little bit of a, not even a trick play, but they're just pounding it downhill. You know, they got nothing to hide. They're going to tell you what play they're running. They're just going to come at you right now. So hopefully the defense kind of follows suit.
Yeah, hopefully the defense can continue to do what they're doing here. We got 1st and 10 here for the Bobcats on the 35, and they're lined up in the shotgun here. Number 1's in motion and does not take it, and we got another pass right over the middle, and it looks like it's thrown behind number 7, Blake Cannegeeter, but that's the sophomore makes a phenomenal catch.
Yeah, did he? No, he didn't catch it. I said I thought he did. It did drop to the ground.
Did it drop to the ground? Let's look at the replay here. We've got courtesy of Aero TV and Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. We've got a replay here, and we can definitely see what's going to happen here. Yep, and you can see it right there. It looks like he had it right in the breadbasket a little bit and dropped it. So we're going to start over here on 2nd and 10 with a minute and 12. Bobcats down 20-0. Let's see if they can get anything going. And a screen right over the middle might have something, but nope, look at that. Sucked up here with the tackle by number 3 for the Arrows, Nathan Briggs.
Yeah, he's having a good game too. The whole Arrows defense, again, Watertown's playing fast right now. The only way Brookings can really combat that is with a few screen plays or, you know, some draws, but the screens just really aren't working right now. That first one was okay. Watertown had that one sniffed out a little bit.
Yeah, Briggs did a nice job there of reading it, felt it, like you said. You got to sniff out the rat a little bit. He was able to, you know, come off of his assignment and then boom, make a play. And actually, he stayed right there with his assignment, right? That's his job there.
Right where he needed to be.
So here we go at 3rd and 8 with 35 seconds left, and the sophomore quarterback is going to line up, and let's see what he does. And do we have a timeout here?
We do.
All right, looks like we got a timeout for Brookings.
52 is out there. Blake Winches. Someone told us that he was going to be out tonight, but I've seen him get back there a few times on the ball now, and I wanted to make sure I had the number right before I said it, but
Well, that's probably my fault.
Oh.
What do you do?
Well, you're up 20-0. You get to pass on those. Don't worry about it. If we were down 20-0, you'd probably get in trouble. But when you're up 20-0, you can make as many mistakes, I think, as you want.
So with 31 seconds left in the first quarter, your Watertown Arrows are up 20-0. It's 3rd down and 9. If you're the defense here, are we going to get it after the sophomore quarterback? See if we can, if we can try to get a hand in his face. Last year the Arrows had 13 sacks.
Yeah, you can't just keep running screen plays if you're Brookings. They got to dial up something. I expect Watertown to bring somebody. They have the 3 down linemen. They're always going to bring a 4th, so we'll see if it's a little bit more creative. He comes through the middle, or if he just delayed blitz. But again, maybe the coach is telling him they're going to roll out here. We'll see if he's got some real estate to run. But I expect Watertown to keep bringing some pressure on him. And those front 3 guys are getting good pressure too. But I expect another 4th or maybe 5th guy to come.
Okay, so it looks like Brookings is going to line up in an empty formation.
Well, middle linebacker was coming. Number 28 was going to come on to blitz there right up the middle.
Yep, and I think Brookings sensed that. And did they jump? Did they move a little bit, Tyson?
I think the center. Yep, center was afraid of him. He kind of started leaning back a little early and didn't want any part of him. I don't blame him.
Yeah, so after the 5-yard penalty on the false start by Brookings, we're going to go back to 3rd and 14 here.
I expect something very similar. Watertown doesn't really need to change what they're doing. I'd have them come right up the middle again.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Brookings is going to change what they're doing as the sophomore quarterback gets under shotgun again with an empty backfield. Drops back and he's rolling out and met by immediate pressure. Oh, the flag, we got a pick! We got an interception, the first one of the year. Number 2, Peyton Bisker. What a great play by Peyton, and you read it like a book. You saw it up here, it was perfect. Peyton did a great job of jumping right underneath the receiver and gets interception number 1 of the year.
We talked about him rolling out, but again, there was no ground for him to run, so, he makes a pass he shouldn't have made. Sophomore, it's going to happen, but, right to number 2, and he made a great play on the ball. You still got to capitalize, even when it's thrown in your direction. And he's just been kicking himself. He didn't get into the end zone there because he broke one tackle, just couldn't get by the second one. But
you know what? He did his best Justin Jefferson impersonation there. Peyton and his dad Brian, big Vikings fans. So after he makes the play, a nice little spin move there to bust a tackle and get a few more yards. Puts the Arrows in great shape at 1st and 10 on the 12. Henrik is back under center here. He's gonna play action, and play action's to Juven. There was a hole there. We saw a hole there, and I think Henrik saw it too, but he just missed it.
It closes quick, doesn't it?
It does.
I'm glad we're up here when that hole closes that quick, but he thought he was gonna quite sneak through there. I thought he was gonna get through, and just like that, 2 or 3 Bobcats were on top of him. But that's the end of one, Sam.
So at the end of the first quarter, your Watertown Arrows are up 20-0, and courtesy of Dakota Land Federal Credit Union and Arrow TV, we're going to go to a commercial break.
That's the end of the first period, with the Watertown Arrows leading the Brookings Bobcats 20-0.
Spencer Wenches, and you're watching Arrow Football on Arrow TV.
I'm Jackson Follick, and you're watching Arrow Football on Arrow TV.
All right, and just like that, your break is over, Tyson.
That's good. I want to keep watching Watertown play here. They're playing good. Brookings probably doesn't know what hit them right now. This is a high-scoring game. They gave up 3 points Arrows last year in the first quarter. They gave up 20, and in the first 2 seconds of the game, they gave up 7. So their heads are spinning right now, and Watertown's got to keep it that way. Keep that foot on the gas and keep growing here.
I got to give a lot of credit to Coach Hordorf, Coach Castle, Coach Huth. This offensive game is nothing like we saw last year.
No, and you told me too. They met once a week for a couple months straight. Was it K through 12?
K through 12.
They look like a cohesive unit right now. They look like they've been playing together for quite a few months. They don't look like this is week 1 right now.
So,
as I say that,
yeah, we get a false start there. But did my eyes see me correct? Was that number 35, Owen Sparts, in shotgun there? It looked like, and I could be wrong, and most of the time I am. But we see Sparts running off the field now.
I think you might have been right. I didn't quite see that, but that, sometimes different quarterbacks' voice back there. The offensive linemen kind of get used to their quarterback's cadence.
Sure.
And something like that may throw you off a touch. Maybe that's what it was, but Watertown tried to come out and surprise them.
Traditional quarterback, number 12, Trayton Hemrick, back in where he started the game. Sends in motion, only to come back. He's going to roll out and bootleg to the top part of the field. He's looking for somebody. He may have a little window there. Do we have a touchdown?
What a catch.
What a phenomenal throw by the junior quarterback, number 12, Trayton Hemrick. I didn't even see it. Who did he hit?
I lost him too, kind of in that back run of the end zone. It was a nice diving catch. That's the second time we've really seen him roll out to the left and deliver a pretty good ball. That one was right on the money.
I was talking to, and here we'll see it on the replay here. So what we'll see here is Trayton's gonna go and he's gonna bootleg out to the top half of the screen there, and he's got pressure and he does a good job of getting him squaring his chest up and squaring his body up in order to make that throw. Still can't see who made the catch there.
No, I thought it was number 16 at first, but it wasn't. He was. I saw him at the end of the picture there. So.
Well, if our fearless athletic director Craig Boyens is listening, maybe you can knock out a wall for us and give us.
Shoot us a text, maybe?
Yeah, give us 6 inches on each side.
Yeah, I got the luxury of watching the whole game on the big part of the field from my view. That time I couldn't quite see.
Well, regardless of who made the great catch, our starting quarterback, Trayton Hemrick, made an absolutely sensational throw there. I think he did a phenomenal job of rolling out and staying calm under pressure, and he did a good job of squaring his body up to his target and then fit the ball in a nice window. He's got a special arm talent there.
Yeah, like you said, rolling out to the left, getting those shoulders square, setting his feet, and then putting it where only his guy can go get it, and then for his guy to go make a fantastic play. Like I said, I can't keep saying it here, but just can't get a much better start than that if you're the Arrows.
Yeah, so here we are with 11 minutes and 50 seconds left. Your Watertown Arrows are up 26-0. 26-0.
For the Bobcats,
Coach Hordorfer, he still looks locked in. He knows it's only the second quarter. Not letting these guys get too high. Trying to keep them locked in here. Just put on the gas. He'll tell you when to let up.
Yeah, absolutely. And with this much time left in the second quarter of the game here, game's far from over.
Right. The way this offense defense keeps playing, that's not maybe the case, but we're not going to tell them that. Coach Hordorf's not going to let them know that. And again, it's week one. There's a lot of things you got to get better at. Even with a 26-0 lead here, Watertown's got a lot they can be probably doing better if you ask Coach Hordorf. So they're not going to let up for a second.
Special teams does a nice job there of wrapping low, keeping the guy there, slowing him down, and giving an opportunity for some other guy to come up and make a big hit.
And we haven't highlighted that enough now. Really, Watertown special teams have been really the biggest difference. The block punt, the kickoff return, all the kickoffs, they've held really good field position for their defense. So hats off to the special teams tonight too.
Yeah, good call. I mean, the special teams are doing a phenomenal job here. So the Bobcats are going to come up here 1st and 10, and ball's on the 34 with 11 minutes and looks like 44 seconds to go. Back under shotgun. Motion man, he's going to hand off here as motion guy takes the ball up to the top part of the field. He's got a good lane there, and he picks up about, what does he get there, Tyson, about 15?
Yeah, that was a good play. Kind of had Watertown caught off guard there. I don't know if somebody missed the tackle on that far side of the field, but got on the round, hats off to Brookings, drew up a good play there.
So Brookings is going to have the ball 1st and 10 here at the 45.
Still in that no huddle though.
Yeah, they're going to continue to go no huddle.
There's something they think they got going there. They're going to stick to it.
So we got an empty backfield here as the sophomore quarterback lines up and receives the ball, and he is going to go a screen, and it's going to go nowhere.
Number 5, and he wants his crowd to get fired up too. Quarterback draw,
Yep,
he took him right down. He looks at the crowd, tells him to stand up. It's 26-0. He wants to be fired up with him.
Yeah, well, that's your defensive captain, Simon Hendricks right there, just getting up there, making the tackle, and just doing an absolutely sensational job like he has been all game.
Kids just having fun playing football, Sam. I mean, Friday night, you guys are, they know in the back of their mind they're playing well, so just really keep putting the pedal down here.
Looks like Brookings is going to get under center here with the traditional I formation, much like what we've seen from Watertown tonight. Got a handoff here, and again, it just swallowed up.
He's coming back Number 5, he's all over right now, just shooting gaps too. Brookings is running the ball and he knows it. He's just fired through those gaps.
Simon Hendricks is seeing those gaps and seeing those lanes and just getting a TFL after TFL after TFL.
So he's looking to the sideline, but he just wants to be dialed into that ball right now.
I think he's looking to Hodorf and saying, what side do you want me to blitz from?
Yeah.
I think that's what he wants to do. He's just going to say, you know what, it's 3rd and 11. Let's get after it. Brookings offense hasn't really been able to move the ball a whole lot.
We're gonna see who Watertown brings here. 3rd and 12, they've been bringing one guy extra on the blitz here, just get the ball out. We'll see again. Will this young quarterback be forced into making a quick decision here or a rush decision? See if somebody can get their hands on one.
Let's see if he may be looking for Daggy Thomas here at right closest to us, number 3. He dropped back. He's looking right down the middle of the field. He had a man wide open. And he missed him. And he missed him thanks to the pressure brought on by number 65, Jaden Lambert.
He kind of reared back and threw it pretty hard there. I don't know if he had a little bit more of a window, but again, you start getting hit a few times and you start feeling that pressure. You try to get out of your hand quick, and it's going to lead to not a 3 and out, but they got 1 first down that drive. But another good defensive stand by the Arrows.
Absolutely. Number 35, Owen Sparts, is back to return. He's a 5'10" senior. 10 minutes left, and your Watertown Arrows up 26-0. See what kind of field position that they can get here. We can get this B out of our booth. Almost blocked again. It looks like a short punt. I don't think Sparts is going to be able to return that. Takes a good Brookings bounce for them. Looks like they're going to have it at, is that the 20, Tyson?
Johnson's punt's going to roll a bit near the
15-yard line.
When the Watertown Arrows will take over 1st and 10.
So your Watertown Arrows are going to take over 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line, up 26-0. So do you want to choose some clock here? Do you know, in a perfect situation, do you score a touchdown maybe with about 3 minutes left?
Yeah, I think you always want to, scoring a touchdown on the first play is always great, but Watertown's going to stick to what they're doing. They're going to get back under center. They're going to keep pounding that ball. Yeah, if somebody breaks one for, 85 yards, great, but they're going to keep pounding this ball, and they're going to stick to what they do here. They don't need to change the game plan, drop back and pass over the field. They're going to keep pounding it.
Yeah, and like you said, there they are back under center with the traditional I formation.
New running back.
Got a new running back here, and he's going to pick up a couple yards. Let's see who that was.
I thought it was Simon Hendricks.
Is that Simon? Is that
Sparks?
Sparks?
It was Sparks.
Yeah, that's Sparks.
I saw a 5.
A gain of maybe 3 on the play.
So Sparks is going to pick up a few there on 1st and 10.
I know he spelled Juven quite a bit last year too, so that's going to be kind of your 1-2 punch. And that's good, kind of, keep everybody fresh. It's week 1, it's hot out there, so.
Yeah, it really is. So Sparks comes in and gives Hudson a nice little break, and let's see if he can pick up a few yards here on 2nd and 7 as the Arrows go back under the eye. They're going to hand off to the lead back this time, and I think that time it's number 5, Simon Hendricks.
Again, dive. Nothing crazy here. They don't need to. They're gonna stick to what they're doing.
Simon Hendricks is a little slow getting up.
So brings up 3rd down and a 4 or short 5.
Yeah, and he's looks like he's struggling right now at this point. Odorf is going to go and check on him.
Hoping he's okay. Hoping he's just more upset that he's going to have to sit out a play because he knows defense might be coming up pretty soon. And he doesn't want to miss any plays, but hopefully just, maybe even a cramp. Like I said, it's hot out there, but maybe just twisted the ankle or found something wrong. But hopefully he gets up quick and get him back in there.
Well, while they attend to number 5, Simon Hendricks, we will go to a quick commercial break courtesy of Dakota Land Federal Credit Union and Arrow TV. Okay, and we are back, and just in time for the young man Simon to get helped off the field here. We hope that he is okay. Hope that that is a minor injury, and we'll keep that young man in our thoughts as he continues to grind out the game here.
He is putting pressure on it, so you never want to speculate, but hopefully it's just something that just kind of tweaked him there, and he can hopefully help us back out again here real soon.
So the Arrows go back on the field here at 3rd and 4 on the 21. Henrik is going to drop back to pass. Ooh, and he gets picked off after a tipped pass. He did have looked like number 3 Briggs, and it just missed him there. Great play though by the Bobcats on the tip pass interception.
Yeah, right place at the right time. It was a good tip pass, but for that safety to be trailing there, just lucky he was able to catch it falling down, so he wasn't able to take off running with it. But this is good. Little adversity for this defense. Give them something they haven't maybe seen yet. This is kind of where the Bobcats were when we were talking about them maybe going from 4 downs earlier. So we'll see. Arrows backs up against the wall here after a turnover. Got to stop them. Keep playing good defense.
Well, we'll see how the Arrows respond to a little bit of adversity as the quarterback for Brookings goes under shotgun here again, and looks like an option here to the front part of the field, and again just met by 3-4 guys and just pounded to the grass here by number 65, Jaden Lambert. Boy, how many times have we called that young man's name today?
The whole Arrows defense all over the field right now. Even with number 5 Simon out, you got a new guy in there, and not missing a beat. That was a good way to play the option. I think number 86 is in there at middle linebacker now for Simon, but
yeah,
again, he was throwing right to the ball there.
86 is Cooper Ketwig. He is a sophomore linebacker, 5'6", 140 pounds. So we'll see what Brookings can dial up here on 2nd and 8 with 7.5 minutes left. They're going to go just a standard dive right up the middle. It's going to be pretty successful for them. It's going to put them in a 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, number 52. He was there. He got his arms on him just enough to bring him down.
And that's our guy, Blake Winches.
Yeah, he must not like us saying he wasn't playing tonight. He's in there. He's ready to go. He made a nice play there. You missed that tackle. He might get 10, 15 more yards.
52 is synonymous with greatness.
You tell him why, Sam.
I'll tell you why, because who won Super Bowl 52?
Can't remember. Wasn't. I'm not really sure. I think we should move back to the game here.
We'll go back as Brookings takes the ball, 3rd and 5 with 7 minutes to go. Empty backfield again. Are we going to see a quarterback draw, or are we going to see him try to find somebody out here in the flat?
Out and up by number 30. He's open.
Oh,
number
boy,
10 was.
Yeah, there's nobody there. There's nobody there.
Yeah, he missed him. He had a crossing route. Number 10 was coming right across the middle on 3rd and 5. And Bergen Tetzloff would have had probably 30 yards, and if the receiver hits the block, he walks into the end zone. So Brookings missed one there. Now it looks like they're going to have to punt.
And I think Bergen Tetzloff is a name that you're going to hear in the Brookings community for the next couple of years, and you're going to hear a lot of it. 6'4", 210-pound sophomore.
Probably pretty good at basketball, too.
I would think we'll hear his name in basketball. So Brookings is going to line up to punt here. It looks like Owen Sparks is going to go back to return it. And this punt return.
Timeout, Arrows?
We're going to have a timeout, Arrows. We're going to have to hold that thought.
Well, this is good. Make sure there's no fakes coming. The way that Brookings is punting, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't be shocked if the Arrows came out and just stayed in their base defense.
And where they're at on the field, it's a pretty good time to run if you want to do a fake.
You're down 26-0. You're kind of running options here. I expected Brookings to maybe run the ball there to pick up something, so it was a manageable 4th down, but they decided to throw it. And I am a little surprised to see them punting. Their punter hasn't been great. He hasn't been hitting them very far. So considering that you're on the 33, 34-yard line, you only got 5 yards to go, I thought they might even change their mind right now. So we'll see. Hopefully, I would be shocked to see Watertown come out there and stay in their base defense here.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of formation Brookings comes in. I mean, shoot, at this point, you're down 26-0. There's just under 7 minutes left. You really haven't been able to move the ball a whole lot on offense. You've got 2 first downs,
right?
For the entire game. You were able to bust a little bit on a screen early in the game. And then, and since then, you just really haven't been able to move the ball a whole lot.
Yeah, when you get this kind of field position that Brookings got off that turnover, you really have to capitalize. And it looks like,
Yeah,
here comes the punter, number 12.
Yep, Brookings is bringing out number 12, Drew Johnson.
Yep, Watertown staying in their base defense now. They're not going to, if they have to take the ball at the 5 or 10 yard line, they'll do that the way their offense is playing too, but just can't have something bite you. Here it is.
There's the fake. Great job. Just an absolutely phenomenal job. An absolutely phenomenal job by your Watertown Arrows. And a good call by you, Tyson. They call a timeout, and they decide, you know what, we're going to go back in our base defense. We're not going to have a guy deep. We're not going to give up the middle of the field. And then what does it lead to?
Interception Arrows.
It leads to an interception for your Arrows.
You got to think that Brookings had called that originally. Coach Hordorf a couple of timeouts said, guys, you just be ready for this. We're not gonna kind of blow this one here. Brookings sticks with it, which was surprising. If the other team knows it's coming, you might as well just get in your base offense and go for it. But
that's experience right there. Hodorf has had about 9 years as an assistant,
right,
in for the Arrows, and he's on his 9th or 10th year as the head coach. The man knows football.
It showed there too. I mean, that was I'm surprised Brookings head coach stayed with the play.
Hudson's going to take it up the field here for a couple more, but give credit where credit is due. Like I said, Coach Hodorf has been around this game a long time. He knows football. And he did a phenomenal job of making an adjustment, sticking with that adjustment, and then getting himself a turnover. And on top of that, I could be wrong because my eyes are old and it's a long way from here. I got my boosters on, Tyson. But I feel like that interception was by number 88, Caden Beauchamp.
I thought it was a guy a little bit smaller than that.
It could be. I can't see it that well, but I am an umpire, so what does that tell you? Hudson takes the ball here, and he's swallowed up right again. But, you got 2 plays. You went up the middle both times. You're just under 6 minutes left at this point. What they're trying to do is they're going to try to run out some clock here. And, if Watertown goes up at half with the 26 into the locker room with a 26-0 lead, I think everybody in the Watertown Stadium here is going to be happy with that.
Yeah, I think short of number 5 standing up here and walking around, I think you couldn't have asked for a much better half right now if you're the Watertown Arrows.
Yeah, we all need to take a second here as Simon Hendricks continues to get worked on. The positive news with Simon right now is that he's right in front of us. He's not back in the locker room. He's getting worked on. He's getting taped up. So, at this point, I would say he's questionable. So Watertown's going to take the ball here and drop back to pass. He's got a little bit of time. He's going to roll out and find, that is, again, number 3 right out in the flat. And that's Nathan Briggs. He's going to be a little bit short.
Watertown's got no problem punting right now. They're in control of this game. Nothing you got to risk here. Get the punt team out there. Get your defense back out there. Keep them hot. Keep that goose egg on the board.
Yeah, and the positive thing about that, too, is Hendricks was able to roll out. He found a guy, found him in the flat. The Arrows weren't able to convert and get the first down there, but they were able to keep the clock running. And at this point, let's keep the clock running. Let's go in with this lead, and we've got all the momentum in the world right now.
Short of him, really taking a chance to run downhill, you just don't need that right now. It was a good play. Oh, he's going to take off.
Yeah, he is going to take off. He's going to go up here, and
first down.
He's going to dive for the first down. Just a sensational play, and we've said his name how many times? Number 3, Nathan Briggs.
When Watertown plays next week, I'll look at who's on the schedule, but they're going to be prepared for the left-footed punter rolling to his left. If he sees green grass, he's going to go.
Yep.
That one was close, and he still just said, you know what, I'm going to go for it, I'm going to try it.
So
and,
this replay here, brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union, courtesy of Arrow TV, shows the athleticism. And you know what? We've seen that earlier. We've seen the left-footed punter come out, roll out, and if he's got a lane, he's going to carry it and take it because he has the athleticism. And if he doesn't, he's going to punt it. And that's exactly what we saw.
A great read. The first time, he did punt it. Second time, he takes it for a first down. So
Smart.
He's not just out there just running around.
And we come back under the I formation and hand off to Juvin, and look at Juvin. Look at what an absolutely incredible play by that young man. He's wrapped up in the backfield for about a 5-yard loss, and he says, you know what? I don't take 5-yard losses. I'm Juvin Hudson. I get 10-yard gains.
Not one guy brings him down, Sam. That was a great broken tackle. Then he broke one more on his way to a 15, 20-yard gain.
First and 10, Watertown Arrows.
So we got 1st and 10 for the good guys here on the 44. 4 minutes left.
They're going to give Juvin a quick break here, quick win. All the coaches giving high fives. That was a fun play to watch.
Yeah, that was a fun play to watch. So we're going to line back up here. Looks like there might be some questions here on exactly what play we're calling. But with 4 minutes and 18 seconds left, we're ready to receive. And we're going to hand off on pitch it out on a sweep here to Sparts again, and Sparts is going to be able to pick up a couple more.
Yeah, again, I like what Watertown's doing. Obviously, they have a lead, but they're not asking their young quarterback to do too much. He's really done well when you've asked him to, and he's also been very calm, very consistent back there. Kind of doing everything you want to see from a junior quarterback in his opening game of his junior year.
Agreed. Number 88, Caden Beauchamp, comes off the field, and I tell you what, I like seeing Beauchamp wear number 88. Last year, I think he was like 67, 68. He looks like an 88, doesn't he?
This fits him a lot better.
It does fit him a lot better.
And I mean, he must like it too. He got a few tackles for loss, got a block punt.
Yeah.
Had some really good blocks out there. This whole offensive line has been fantastic so far tonight. Oops.
Oh, no, we got number. Well, that worked out in their favor.
Better lucky than good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 16 came in motion.
Snapped the ball a little early. Number 16, Shea Coltrane, was in motion and kicked off his leg, but you know, kudos to that young man to have the wherewithal and the understanding to know that that's a live football.
Right. You know, I give the quarterback all these props, and then again, the quarterback always has to take the blame on something like that. He probably should have waited a half second to let the guy get by or snap it a half second earlier, depending on the play they're running. But again, like you said, to have the wherewithal to stay with that, to get the ball, good play by the Arrows.
So a quick update on our defensive captain, number 5, Simon Hendricks. He's on the sideline here. He is up walking around. He's trying, and he is putting pressure on what appears to be a calf, maybe an ankle. He is with the trainer, and you know, he seems to be doing okay. Meanwhile, there's a delay of game on the Arrows here, and that's going to push it back to 3rd and 13 on the 46.
The good news for Watertown is, you know, if the game kind of stays like this, you know, Coach Shortoff has, you know, no reason to rush number 5 Simon back in there. Make sure he's healthy. You know, let him kind of be strong. I think he is heading to the locker room now more than just walking it out.
So on 3rd and 13, the drop back to pass and scrambles, bootlegs out. Looks like he's got a guy there, and he hits him. And again, our quarterback, Trayton Henrik, rolls out, squares his body up, and then finds what appears to be his favorite target, Nathan Briggs.
Yeah, he's came up big for him. They've been good to each other right now. But that quarterback, he's been playing real good tonight. Rolling out, too. He's not just sitting back there making reads. He's rolling out, making some athletic plays, and delivering the ball where he needs to.
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job of squaring up his body and giving himself a good opportunity to complete a pass. And we'll see if they can punch it in here. Trayton's going to be back under shotgun here. He's going to motion out, and this time he's going to hand off. And what a great cut. You know, on paper here, we're going to see number 16 for the Arrows, Shea Coltrane, pick up a gain of about 3. But a lot of kids in that situation, they're going to panic and they're going to continue to take that ball east and west instead of north and south. And that time he stuck his foot in and he moved upfield and he got 3 yards.
Those kids like to go for the home run sometimes, but you know, 3-4 yards is perfectly fine, especially on first down. And that could end up being a 1 or 2 yard loss. So
for sure,
made a good play out of that.
Yeah, I think the Watertown coaches are going to see that one on film and they're going to give that young man a pat on the back. So we line up here with 2nd and 8, and this time we're going to send motion in the other way. And again, we're going to roll out bootleg. He's got a couple options.
Slipped through his hands a little bit.
You know what? We're going to say that the ball, the air is thick, it's hot. My man's hands are sweaty. Went right through his hands.
He threw that one back across the body a little bit here. We'll see on the replay.
Might be a little bit behind him. Trayton did deliver a good ball. I felt like it was a catchable ball, but we'll see here on the replay, brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. And he does throw across his body, and it is a little bit behind the intended receiver. Tough play. And, you know, maybe you could talk about this a little bit. How difficult is it for those players to go from grass to dirt?
You know, I think Watertown's players, their alumni, would tell you it's always their home field advantage. You know, it being week 1, and these guys not playing a lot of, you know, this style of football right now, rolling out, throwing back across the middle. Might catch you off guard a little bit, but that receiver is going to tell you he wants to catch that ball every time, and don't lose any confidence throwing it to him.
Absolutely. So here we sit, 2nd and 18 after the penalty with 1:29 left. Let's see what Trayton can do. Let's see if Trayton can lead us down here and get us into a position here to get a few more points on the board before the quarter's over. Trayton drops back to pass, and again, he scrambles out. He's got a wide open number 7 for your Arrows, and that's Mitch Olson. Great play, extends the play out again, comes out, rolls out of the pocket, extends the play, squares himself up, completes another pass.
Must have had the awareness to get out of bounds, you know, get that clock stopped.
You know, if you're playing Madden like a lot of these young kids do, that's an awareness rating of 100.
That's a great thing right there. You know, you still got another first down you can get. You got plenty of time, so I would be surprised to see if the Arrows run the ball really twice in a row here if they got a chance, if they're short on this 3rd and 2.
Yeah, we got 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 here. Ball's at the 11-yard line. You can still pick up a first down and hand it off to Sparts here, and look at Sparts do the job. Look at Sparts do the job. What a great play.
Again, you know, now you getting out of bounds saves that time, so you can still run the ball here, even if you only get 1 yard or you lose the yard. You got plenty of time thanks to him getting out of bounds to play before.
You know, I appreciate the job that Sparts is doing right now, giving Juven a little bit of a break. But the other thing that he's doing is that he's showing that just because that Juven's not in there doesn't mean that we can't run the ball.
No, they don't take a step back. This offensive line doesn't feel that way. Sparts doesn't feel that way.
And our quarterback there, number 12, Trayton Hemrick, tries to quarterback sneak it in himself and just kind of stubbed up. All good, though, because we're still in a good spot. We're at 2nd and 2 at the 2-yard line. There's 45 seconds left in the half. We're controlling this game.
Yeah. He's maybe hoping they would have done quarterback sneak when they're on the 1-yard line in the green grass. We're going to see it. We'll have to ask him after the game if he doesn't mind being tackled in that gravel.
Well, look at all that dirt and gravel on the back of those young men.
That builds a little character, Sam.
Absolutely. You can feel it in their elbows. You know it. They're going to go right up on a dive, and he's going to cut out, break a couple tackles, and there he goes. He's going to walk into the end zone for another Arrows touchdown.
Sparts isn't landing on that sand another time. He wants to get in and wants to join in on the fun here tonight.
I think Sparts says, you know what, I'm going to stay off the dirt. I'm going to keep that gravel out of my arms. And this touchdown replay brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. You'll see him make a tackle, make a guy miss, walk into the end zone.
Awesome. Again, how much better, aside from maybe one injury, how much better could this half have went for the Arrows?
Well, you're sitting here with 25 seconds left of the first half. We're up 32-0 as we attempt the extra point to make it 33. And we'll talk about that touchdown here as the extra point is up and good. So Arrows are up 33-0. Last year at this time, you know, we leave Brookings, we lose a game 26-3. And 23-3, 26-3, and we come out and everybody's kind of deflated. You're pumped full of energy, and then now, a year later, we come back, and it's 33-0.
You know, you love to see it for the Arrows. It's a short memory thing. You know, they didn't worry about last year. You come out on your home turf opening night. You got to deliver a message, and the Arrows are doing that tonight. And it really starts up front with the offensive line. The quarterback play's been good. The running back play's been good. Defense been good, but that offensive line has really handled this game, and on the defense side of the ball, it's been the same way. They've been in all the run plays that Brookings tried to go up the middle on. Those 3-4 big guys that Watertown's got out there have really made a huge difference tonight.
So let's talk about those offensive linemen up front, you know, because these guys don't get a ton of credit. Number 62, Nashberg. And fun fact about Nashberg, his dad, Shannonberg, is an all-time legend in the game of softball.
Sure is. We've seen that firsthand, too.
Yes, we have. Left guard, number 77, Caleb Thompson. Center, Landon Perry. We've called his name quite a bit. Right guard, Jaden Lambert, called his name a lot. And right tackle, Carter Ingalls. So those young men are really paving the way.
Yeah. Jaden's had some great pulling blocks.
So the kick is going to be returned by Brookings here at about the 22 and brought up for just a few more yards. And again, slew of tackles. Number 3 for the Brookings Bobcats is buried, and number 3 is Daggy Thomas.
Alex Winneman, number 2. Yeah, sophomore. We like to see those guys get their feet wet in there on kickoff. You know, just kind of get used to that action. Then when they get thrown in on defense a little bit more, it's just more of a natural feel. So good to see those guys on kickoff. Also, just the kickoff team's been great tonight. So
special teams has been fantastic, and you talked about it earlier. I mean, you talked about the punt block that was brought down at the 1 that led to a touchdown. You know, just now, you know, we forget that it wasn't all that long ago that the Arrows were faced with the 4th and 4.
Right.
You know, and then the fake punt leads to a first down, which leads to another touchdown, which brings us to 33-0. So we'll see if the Arrows defense can hold here as Brookings goes in a traditional I formation and drops back, and with a little play action, he sets his feet, pump fakes. Caden Beauchamp hits him right in the back, and he does deliver a ball that comes up incomplete.
Good throw, but he's going to remember that time that hit next time he rolls out to his right or left.
You know, I tell you what, Caden Beauchamp is having himself a nice senior season first game.
Nice first half for sure.
Yep, absolutely. And he's going to look at that one on film. And, maybe if he leaves his feet there, does he come away with the sack?
I think he just got the ball up, but he definitely made his presence felt.
Absolutely.
At the very least.
Absolutely, he did.
They might run this ball and just get it to halftime here.
Yep. Well, they're gonna, with 10 seconds left, they're gonna go with an empty formation. Beauchamp is standing up, itching to get back into that backfield again. Set number 1 in motion, and number 1's going to take the ball, and he's going to go to the far part of the field, and he's going to get about a 3-yard gain. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to take us to halftime. So at halftime, your Watertown Arrows with a 33-0 lead, led by everyone.
The entire team is playing really good tonight, Sam. It's great to see. Coach Horup probably couldn't be happier. He's going to go in the locker room, make sure he delivers a good message to these guys about, eye on the price here. We got 2 more quarters to finish this thing. We got things we can get better at, but deep down he's happy.
Well, with that, we got about a 12-minute break before we kick off the third quarter. Dakota Land Federal Credit Union is going to take us into a commercial while you and I get out of the box, get some cold water, compile some stats, and we'll be back in a few.
I'm Caden Beauchamp, and you're watching Watertown Football on Arrow TV.
My name's Julio Estes, and you're watching Arrow Football on Arrow TV.
AHS students and graduates. And then the great Cam Corey. Cam Corey is on a camera as well, helping us out, doing a phenomenal job. Your technical director is Spencer Remmers, and your score bug is being brought to you by Sonny Rader. And guys, you know what? I'd like to say that Aero TV is looking for high school students. Aero TV is ran by mostly high school students, and this production and what we're bringing to you can't be done and brought to you every week without these students. And we want these students to come out and help us. They do a phenomenal job. And not only do they do a phenomenal job, but it's also a good experience for them, and we're going to pay you. So if you're looking for $35 to $45 a night as a high school kid to come out, work some cameras, learn something, get an absolutely incredible view of what appears to be a sensational football team, you know, reach out to Craig Boyens, your athletic director at the high school. Contact anybody that's involved with Aero TV and come out and help us out and put on a phenomenal production.
We're pretty fun to hang out with too, aren't we?
Well, I am.
We're good company.
for sure.
Never been told that before, but we're going to assume it.
So for $35, $45 a night, you can come out, work. You can get a great view of a phenomenal football team, an iconic stadium in the state of South Dakota that's right here in our backyard, and you know, learn a craft and you know, have fun with your friends and do something that is that we think is pretty special that we can bring to not only the community of Watertown but the community of Brookings, who we're playing tonight. Friday, we play Huron. We're at Huron. And for those that are watching and wondering what we're going to be doing as far as road and away, and home and road games, we're going to do all the home football games here. Dakota Land is partnering with Aero TV to bring you all your Aero football games, all your Aero home football games. And we're trying to put some pieces together to bring your Aero football games on the road. So next week we're at Huron. I don't think we're going to be able to put it together that quick for week 2, but the goal is that maybe down the road that we can pack our tour up, take our show on the road, and bring you Aero football all over the state.
Yeah, and we're having this much fun. Might as well go every Friday night. I like watching this football team play so far. They're playing hard. They're playing fast. They're playing as a group. It's been a good night so far. So, yeah, come hang out with us a little bit. You might not be able to hang out with us in this little box here. It's a little tight. A little warm, but for 33-0, we'll take it every day of the week.
You know what? If we have to stay in this box all season long, so this football team can go 8-0 and make a run in the playoffs, I'm in.
Hodorf put the lock on that door himself. He won't let us out.
Hodorf may just lock us in here. So here's where we're at. We're 33-0. I can't really say that there's a star to this game. You know, Juven Hudson's name got called often and early. But since then, there's so many different guys that have stepped up, and so let's highlight it a little bit. The offense, led by our quarterback Trayton Hemrick, has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Last year, our quarterbacks threw 2 touchdown passes.
Yeah, I mean it's been a big night for him. Again, we talked about it with the Brookings quarterback, and it could have went either way for these guys. Haven't started a whole lot of games. They're young. It's week 1. You don't really know what you're going to expect or what you're going to get out of them. And Trayton has really, really showed up tonight. He hasn't had to carry the load per se, but every time he's needed to step up, he has absolutely delivered.
I got to tell you, man, like I'm really impressed by him. I'm impressed by his poise. I mean, he's a junior playing like a senior.
Right.
I mean, you can see his leadership skills on the field. I appreciate his arm strength. He's got special talent. And I think we see that here with the 2 touchdown passes early on. You know, we all face adversity. We're all going to face adversity at some point. It's just what separates us is how we handle it. Trayton has stepped up in a big way and handled it tonight. And
he'd probably be lying if he told you he wasn't a little nervous that first half. But now you got a good lead. You've played well. I really want to see the Aeros come out here tonight, now in the second half, and really step on their throat. I mean, you guys are playing well. You got to be relaxed. You know you got a little bit of a buffer there. If one thing goes wrong, you're not going to fold. But they really got to cut loose and play now. Just have fun with it. Just improve and keep getting ready and better for next Friday.
Yeah, so as the Aeros take the field here with about 2.5 minutes until we start the third quarter, you know, all eyes right now are looking for number 5. You know, where's number 5? Where's our defensive captain? Where's Simon Hendricks?
I have not seen him yet. Like I said, I think just with the direction this game has gone, I'd be surprised, even if he was 100% healthy or 99%, I'd be real surprised to see him back in this game. He's probably not super happy about that. I guarantee he's not, but what's best for the team might be for him just to take the rest of the night off and cheer on his brothers.
Yeah, so we'll see it. We'll see what happens with Simon. We'll keep an eye on him. We'll keep looking for him. Meanwhile, the defense is really being led by number 88, Caden Beauchamp, the 6'4", 215-pound senior and captain is really made his imprint on this game.
I've been impressed with all 11 guys at the same time are always running to that ball. One, two, three guys have made some highlight plays, but it's been relentless, and their defense coordinator will tell you that, if you talk to them after the game or tomorrow, all 11 hats are getting to that ball every single time, and that's all you can ask for from a defensive coach, especially in week one, is just have guys flying around, wanting to play hard, play fast, not worry about making mistakes. They know what they're supposed to be doing. Again, that probably goes back to, those guys practicing that one day a week in the off season are kind of getting together and meeting up, but yeah, they look sharp tonight.
Yeah, they really do, and what's really fun to see is all the fans in front of us. You're seeing a lot of hugs. You're seeing a lot of smiles. Arrow football is back.
Yeah, and it's good. Get some good momentum going for this year. Be a new stadium here in the next year or two, so get some more momentum going for more good things to come. Really, the big thing for me now is watching that defense keep that 0 on the board. I know their defensive coach is thinking about it. I know they talked about it at halftime in the locker room, so that's got to be the next big goal here, is just keep playing good, solid football and keep a 0 up there.
So one thing that's really neat about Arrow TV, if we can pivot a little bit just back to Arrow TV, is we're able to communicate with people from not only all over our state, but all over our country. We get a message from Fly Eagles 11, watching from Philadelphia, PA. Got to watch the boys from home. That's a Watertown graduate, Caden Mooney. So, Caden, we appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Bethany Severson with a shout-out. Go Arrows. And then Marvin Hoser says, watching from my house in Brookings, South Dakota. And he says, thank you. Might be the first shout-out. So, Marvin, we appreciate you. And, the Arrow TV is not just for your Watertown Arrows. The Arrow TV is for every community that can't come here and watch a game. I mean, we all know stories, and Grandpa and Grandma might be hard to jump down the interstate and come check out Watertown. So, Marvin, we appreciate you watching. We appreciate the thank you. And everybody that's in Brookings right now that's watching, that's listening, and everybody that's in Watertown and even that fine young man in Pennsylvania, we appreciate everybody for watching and interacting with us tonight.
If we're a little biased towards the Arrows, we ask for some forgiveness, but it's fun right now watching these guys. It's always nice to see your team win, but right now these guys are really dominating, kind of putting their foot on their throat. So we'll see. Come out here, maybe get some younger guys in by the start of that fourth quarter if it keeps trending this way, which is always good to see. But again, the emphasis is going to be on you do not let them score.
So now if you're Brookings, okay, you're led by a sophomore quarterback. We've talked about it a lot. We've talked about the inexperience. So you're down 33-0 at half. What do you do? What do you tell those kids as they come up here to accept the kickoff to start the second half?
Well, it's a long season. I mean, a lot of things can still go right in this second half to give you some good momentum for next week. You may not win the game, but you lose this game by a score or two in your Brookings, you're going to feel a heck of a lot better, and that's what their coach is trying to get them to do, is just come out, play hard, assignment, technique, good football. But got a penalty here to start, it looks like.
Yeah, it looked like we had a little pooch kick here by the Arrows that maybe went a little further than what they would have liked to, but I'm not 100% sure what the penalty was. We lost our mic to the ref, so we're going to have to lean on your experience and good looks to tell us what happened.
I'm just thinking one of the Watertown's guys was offsides on the kickoff here. These guys are eager. They're trying to get out there and hit somebody.
Hey, you know what? As eager as they are, I'm eager for the clock to start and to roll. It's pretty hot in this booth.
It is warm up here. We are right, though. The Arrows have one guy that was a little antsy, got over the line a little fast, but again, you'd rather say whoa than go. These guys are fired up. They want to get down there and hit somebody. Coach Hordoff can't be too upset. He'll work on it. He'll correct it, but
for sure,
better than being 3 yards behind.
Absolutely. So we'll see if they go back to that pooch style kick again, or if they're going to kick it deep. And it looks like they're going to kick it deep. A little wobbly. Oh, and it's mishandled. And as he lines up and goes a lot of east and west there, Tyson. I didn't see a lot of north and south. You know, we talked about that earlier as number 16 for the Arrows, Shea Coltrane, grabbed that reverse, and instead of going east and south, he went north on that 3-yard run. Here, what we saw is a lot of east and south, or excuse me, a lot of east and west, and not a lot of north and south.
Yeah, you're not going to do much that way. Number 41. Lincoln Schultz, freshman for the Arrows. He was in there on that scrap, grabbed him up around the legs and brought him down.
So that number 41 is Lincoln Scott.
Scott, is that how you pronounce it?
It's Scott, and I know Lincoln's mom and dad pretty well. Phenomenal people, and that name, that Lincoln Scott name that we just called now, we're going to hear that for years to come in Watertown football. And here we go, a great start right away from your Arrows. Tackle here by number 2, Peyton Bisker. And we just keep calling Peyton Bisker's name. I mean, the man's a football player.
I maybe wouldn't throw it his direction for a couple plays.
You know what I appreciate about Peyton Bisker is he doesn't have the biggest frame. He's 5'11" and 165 pounds, but my man plays like he's 6'4", 240.
Yeah, he hadn't have any problem sticking his nose in there, wrapping up, good tackle. I haven't seen really any Arrows miss tackles. That's another thing we probably haven't talked about is when they've gotten their hands on somebody, they've brought him down.
And we got a sweep here that's going to go for about 5 yards here.
The pitch to number 30, Ethan Heltman.
Ethan Heltman gets about 5 yards there for the Bobcats here.
That's number 86 now with the tackle for the Arrows, and he stepped in for Simon.
Yeah, and that's Cooper Ketwig again.
Number 88,
Not skipping a beat here. You know, some guy goes down, it's the next man up mentality. You got to get in there and do your job, and nobody's going to feel sorry for you if somebody gets hurt. It's a football game.
So here we are with 3rd and 2. Let's see if our Arrows can step up and get a stop here as Brookings is back in the shotgun, and he drops back, and he doesn't have anything.
Oh!
We got a fumble. Ball is down. There's a scramble for it. It's a holy roller, and who's going to come up with it?
Brookings might have it, but either way, they're going to have to punt if they don't. Yep, it's 4th down.
It's going to be 4th down. It's going to be 4th and long, but again, a sensational play. And let's see if we can get a replay here, courtesy of Dakota Land Federal Credit Union, and find out exactly what happened here. Pressure right up the middle, and the ball just slips out. The ball slips out, and then there's a mass pile up for it, a holy roller, if you will.
A lot of purple there, Sam.
A lot of purple. Brookings is fortunate to come away with the ball. They're going to have to punt on 4th and 20.
Just been one of those nights for Brookings.
So Owen Sparks is going to be back to return the punt here. About right in the middle of the nice purple W.
Yeah, he might even want to take a step or two up. These guys just haven't hit a lot of great punts tonight. The ones they maybe did get, we blocked.
Kind of line drive punt that's going to touch down at close to the 45. Stay away from it, Watertown. Stay away from it.
I'll give him the credit, though. Every time it's hit the ground, he's gotten a lot of good Brookings bounces.
And I apologize. That was number 3, Nathan Briggs, that was back to return that punt. That's what I get for not paying attention.
Well, there's a lot going on up here night 1. We're rolling with the punches a little bit.
I'm really blinded by this Dak Prescott shirt in front of me.
Best looking guy I've seen here.
Woof. That you know what? We need to find that man in 2 weeks when we're back here for a home game.
Maybe I should try and get him up here for a one-on-one interview. What do you think?
Well, I see the bats are circling here in the iconic Watertown Stadium. For those of us that have been in Watertown our whole lives and watched plenty of football and baseball games here, they are just as iconic as the stadium itself. You don't know anything about bats.
I have no comment for you.
For the first time in our entire lives, I think I have censored and quieted Tyson's.
I didn't know there was a history of bats here.
There's all sorts of bats here. There's another one.
You sure that's a bat?
That's a bat.
I believe you.
Maybe it's a bird. What do you think? Is that a bird?
Well, I certainly think it's a bird. I didn't know there was bats here, so.
There's bats. I saw one earlier.
I'm learning something every day.
Somebody is going to be listening to this and tell me that I am 100% wrong and tell me that those are birds. I feel like they're birds.
Juven's going to tell you to stop looking at the sky. He's going to show you something right here.
Here we go. 1st and 10 on the I formation. He's going to drop back and hand it off to Juven right up the middle. Juven's going to make a couple guys miss, make a couple guys more miss. He's going to drag a couple more for another yard or 2, and he's going to say, you know what? Let's start the second half off with a bang for 15 of them.
Yeah, he's not looking at the scoreboard. He just wants to run hard. He's a football player. He wants to be out there. He wants the ball every single time. You know, it's going to be up to Hordorf at some point to get him out of this game. but good luck dragging him off. When that point comes, you got another quarter to go, obviously, yet, but when that time does come, good luck.
Well, right now we're going to see number 12, Trayton Hemrick, go back into the huddle and talk to his team here and call the play in. And again, we're going to go back into a traditional I formation. Can't quite tell who the fullback is there. Is that Beauchamp? Is that number 88 there?
Big boy.
So we're going to hand off to Juven. Juven's going to take the ball, and here's what I appreciate about that young man, Mr. Juven Hudson. He falls forward. When he gets hit, very rarely do you see him get hit and go backwards.
Right.
So even there, he's stuffed. Without a lot of opportunity to make a play, but he falls forward, picks up 2 yards.
Yep, that's the name of the game here. You don't have to get it all in one down, but you can't be losing 3 or 4 yards every pop either. So, on an unrelated note here, it looks like I was going to come back to number 5. It looks like our guy's done for tonight. He's got his shoulder pads off. Simon, he's got ice on his ankle. So they're going to take the cautious route right down here in front of us and just give him the rest of the night off.
Well, he's earned it. So our quarterback's going to drop back to pass on a play action. He's going to get wrapped up by 3 Brookings Bobcats, and he's getting sacked.
Tackled in the backfield, a loss all the way back to the.
So here's the thing, though, that I appreciate about the play that that young Trayton made right there. He's got 3 guys barreling down on him. There's not much that he can do. He can't throw it away for an intentional grounding, right? He doesn't want to just throw up a prayer and have it picked off. You're up 33-0. So what do? Protect the ball.
Just eat it. You live to play another down. It might be 3rd and long here, but you're in control of this game. You're only at midfield. Like you said, don't force something bad, especially right now. Good play from a young, maybe not so much experienced quarterback. I don't know how many games he started last year, but again, he has looked strong here tonight.
Let's go back to the traditional I formation. That is Caden Beauchamp, number 88, in the fullback spot. He's the one that's going to be leading the way for Juven Hudson. Juven's going to take the ball. Good ball security there again. And Juven's going to pick up a few more yards. We're closing in on 100 yards rushing. And so we're going to go to...
Look like we're going to punt from the Arrows tonight.
Punt. Juven's limping a little bit as he walks off the field.
They're checking on him.
Yep, I think Coach O'Connor's going to...
So you take the next defensive series off, young man.
Yep, Juven's right here in front of us. He's going to get looked at by the trainer. I'm sure he's going to be okay. Tough dude. Grabbing his ankle a little bit.
Haven't seen this much tonight for the Arrows. That's the second true punt. The
Good
third
punt
one
that's going to be muffed at about the 10-yard line, and then it's picked up and brought out to about the 14, and you'll never guess who made the tackle.
Mr. Beauchamp.
Mr. Beauchamp. We'll call him Captain Beauchamp. And somewhere, his dad, Ryan Beauchamp, is listening, and congratulations on your promotion there, Ryan Beauchamp. Ryan Beauchamp is one of Watertown's finest, and I believe he just got promoted from sergeant to captain.
I like it.
So now in the Beauchamp house, there's not only one captain, there's 2.
Well, right now, number 88 is playing like the captain tonight. I'm excited to keep watching him play the rest of the night and the rest of the year. No offense to the old man, but the young Stallion's playing good tonight.
We love to see it. So here we go as Brookings takes control here with 1st and 10 on the 15. Just 6.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if they can get anything moving here as the young quarterback hands off to running back here, and he's stuffed. There's not a lot of movement here. I appreciate what Brookings is trying to do, and I feel like they're just trying to grind it out, find something that you can put on film that you can be really happy about.
That's what you have to do at this point. The other Caden Decker, flies up the middle through the A gap and just delivers a nice punch to the ball carrier there. The whole Arrows defense just flying around right now.
So 2nd and 10 here, 6 minutes left. Young quarterback is going to take the snap here. And in motion, he's going to hand off to number 3 for Brookings, who's going to pick up a few yards. And number 3 is going to be Daggy Thomas again.
Number 3, Daggy Thomas.
Looks like number 17 for the Arrows made the tackle. Marcus Pitkin, sophomore.
Well, we might be seeing some of the younger guys coming in to get some playing time here.
Like we said, hot night. You wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe rotate just a little bit earlier than usual. Even though it's getting a little bit out of hand here. It's a hot night. Got to get those guys rotated in. I have not seen Juven on this series after he had tweaked his ankle or something a little bit, and we probably won't see him this series.
3rd and 5 with 5 minutes ticking down the clock. Brookings is going to put somebody in motion right behind him. and then again just handed off and swallowed up. Boy, you know what? Let's give a shout out to that Watertown Arrows defensive line. They're just doing a sensational job, Tyson.
They look like there's a little bit of a size advantage, but that's not always what kind of impacts these games. But these guys are really showing up. They look bigger, they look meaner, they're playing faster, they're playing harder. They've done an outstanding job tonight.
Well, it looks like Brookings is going to line up to punt here with 4th and 6.
Number 3.
I think they're missing a guy.
Nathan Briggs is back deep for the Arrows.
That's one of those things that happens when you're down 32-0. You go to punt, you're missing a guy. It's one of those first night things, you know. And when you're down like this, it just kind of trying to stop the bleeding at this point.
Well, the Brookings team, led by head coach Brady Clark, you know, they're going to watch this on film. They're going to take a look. They're going to go back to the drawing board a little bit. And I think what we'll see from Brookings moving forward is with the young quarterback, with the young sophomore quarterback at the helm, you know, like I said, they're just really looking for some positives. So you're talking to the Brookings community right now. What can they get excited about with their football team down 33-0?
Well, these guys are playing hard. They haven't given up at all. I've seen a significant size advantage from the Arrows, and really from just a couple bad special teams plays, they've been right in this game. Tonight, just like I said, the better team, the Arrows, is just kind of putting their foot on the gas, but Brookings hasn't given up. They've been playing hard. You know, really not a lot of penalties by them either. I think they had one true turnover with the interception, so nothing too bad. Just I think they're just maybe playing a tougher opponent tonight is all.
Watertown's going to trot out our fearless leader, number 12, Trayton Hemrick, again for another series. I can't tell who's in the backfield there. That must be, is that Sparts again?
You know, it looked like somebody different.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
It's see. Not Sparts.
Looks like that's not, is that number?
Is it 83?
That's what I was thinking. It was 83. If
it
in
is.
fact number 83, it is 83. That's Aiden Jorgensen, a sophomore running back, a 5'9", 140-pound. You know, let me tell you what. Aiden's a pretty good softball player, and his dad is a phenomenal person. His dad, Apollo, I'm sure his dad right now is watching, and a former Arrow football player, and he's watching with great joy as his young man goes out there and runs the ball for the varsity team for the first time.
Well, let's see him get a few more carries here.
Does a good job there. You know, he's met in the backfield again. You know, he's met in the backfield, but you know, you see what he does. He stayed on his feet, he composed himself, he took care of the ball, and then again fell forward. You know, it is a loss, but not as much as it could have been.
We must be rotating some people out. Mr. Nashberg sitting over here getting his ankle tape, so maybe some different offensive linemen. We have not seen too many Brookings Bobcats get through our line that fast all night, so again, maybe just making some changes, which is good. Get the young guys in there, get them some experience. That's kind of what the point we might be getting at in the night, so
for sure,
especially with that heat, so that's good. Keep getting these young bucks in.
So we approach 3rd and 11 here with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left, and we'll see what Trayton's got lined up for us as he drops back in the shotgun and is sacked. And you know, Jorgensen is upset with himself a little bit. He pounded his leg there. You know, he missed a block, but that young man is going to have a bright future for this Watertown Arrows football team. And so, young Jorgensen, as you're watching this and you're listening back on it, don't beat yourself up too bad. You're a young man. You're in a tough situation where you're going up against some upperclassmen. You're going to make that play the next time that happens. So.
Yeah, there was 2 guys getting through there, so I don't think the quarterback could have stepped up too much. Sometimes you got to do that instead of just booting out. But
and O'Connor, the running back coach, goes and grabs him right away, tells him what he needs to do. He'll make that correction. He'll go up there and he'll make that play the next time.
If you're going to make a mistake, you might as well make it when you're up 33-0.
Absolutely. Oh, we got a good punt here that's going to take an Arrows bounce right around to the 25-yard line there. As again, Caden Beauchamp picks it up.
So we got some Arrow stars that are staying out there, it looks like. Mr. Winches is heading back out there. Micah is heading back out there. Yeah, those boys look big out there right now.
So at what point do you take them out?
Well, nobody knows better than Hordorf right now. Again,
agreed.
It's hot in this little booth. I don't know if it's quite as hot out there as it was when we obviously first got here. It's definitely cooled off some. we'll see how good a shape these guys are in. But I'd like my starters being to the fourth quarter personally. But
Fair enough.
but he's been rotating them slowly. He hasn't done a full line change or anything.
So Brookings is going to bring out Jones Huntemer again for another series, and he's going to hand off again to number 3, Daggy Thompson, 5'11", 165-pound junior.
Keep in mind, Hodorf wants that 0 to stay up there too. I mean, his biggest concern is obviously everybody staying healthy and stuff like that, but he doesn't want to just throw everybody out there at once. We got to keep that 0 on there.
Is that important? Is that important right now? Like when you're up 33-0, like is it important to the players, to the coaches, to walk away with a shutout?
You know, I think the mindset for these young kids, anything that you can use as momentum and keep on keeping your side and keeping your favor. These guys don't all start 9 ways. Some guys that just play defense, this is all they think about and worry about all week, and that's all they look forward to. So it's definitely a big deal. I'd say to the majority of them, but the guys that just play defense, this is all they're going to talk about next week at school is, you guys maybe had to punt a few times on offense, but we never let them score. We got picks, we got sacks, so, it is a big deal.
Well, let's see if they can close it out. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter here. I got to mention Peyton Bisker again. I mean, the 5'11", 165-pound senior is he's not afraid to stick his nose in there. This last play, he's right up on the line of scrimmage. Here he's about 5-6 yards off the ball. But the young man keeps making plays, and we'll see what Brookings can do here as they drop back. The ball comes in a little slow from the snap. He's got a wide open number 3, and I believe that's Daggy Thomas again. So, we talked about Brookings putting something on film, a highlight, something to get excited about. And as we look across the field from us, the Brookings faithful are still here. They're still packing the away crowd, and now they got something to cheer about.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one to end the third quarter on here, and that was a good ball.
That was a good ball. The young man made a good play, threw a good dart to and Daggy ran, and I apologize in advance if I pronounce his name wrong. I'm sure I am. We'll call him Mr. Thomas. We'll call him Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas ran a great route. So at the end of the third quarter, your Watertown Arrows are going to be up 33-0. We're going to go to break as the Arrows hold up their 4 to start the fourth quarter, and Dakota Land Federal Credit Union is going to take us into the fourth quarter.
Hi, this is Coach Hodorf, and you are watching Arrow Football on Arrow TV. Go Arrows!
We are back from break just in time to see an incomplete pass.
Back on, I think they did well, and vice versa. In that third quarter, that was 0-0. So something for the Arrows to work on, not coming out and being complacent. Not that they're maybe pressing as hard as they were, but that quarter was a draw. So again, Brookings is playing well. They're playing tough. They're not giving up. They're still hanging in it. But right now, the second half is 0-0.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I mean, we talk about Brookings putting something on, and that is something that they can keep their heads held high and carry home with them on the 45-mile ride south. The starters were in there, right? So it's 0-0 that quarter. So you kind of got punched a little bit in the first quarter and the second quarter, but it's a 4-round fight, and in the third round of that fight, you held right there with them toe to toe.
And same point for Hodorf. That's what he's going to tell them, whether they watch film, tomorrow or Monday. Hey, we didn't win the third quarter. That's something we got to get better at. So it's a good learning, opportunity for both sides. Looks like the Brookings opened up that first play with a delay, or it must have been a false start. So it's 1st and 15 now.
First and 15, and the handoff goes to number 11, who takes it up the field for a good solid 3-4 yards. And number 11 for the Bobcats is going to be Gavin Anderson. Gavin Anderson is listed as a 6 foot, 165-pound quarterback. Oh, we've got lights. Let's turn those lights on.
Might get a few bugs to come join our broadcast.
Well, if we get a few furry-friendly visitors here, we'll turn it off. But this old man needs to see. All right, so we go. Now we got.
That is a lot better.
Well, all right, we'll see. First time for us too. We gotta see if we can operate here in the booth with the light on. It's a good pitch here that's gonna be taken outside for another few yards. Looks like that one is taken for the Bobcats by number 23. That's gonna be Gavin Hamrick.
Andrew Hahn, number 50 for the Brookings Bobcats, really had a nice block there on the arrows.
You know, that Gavin Hamrick, he's listed as a 6'3", 185-pound running back. That is a big young man.
He is.
You know, and that's one thing that we haven't really talked about with the Bobcats is, you know, this is a young team in general. You know, they don't have a lot of seniors that are listed on the squad. So, you know, this experience here for these sophomores, for these juniors, it's only going to be advantageous and beneficial for them as they move forward into their, you know, junior and senior seasons.
Yeah, I can't imagine that this is going to be the biggest offense and defensive line we face all year. You know, but like you said, they're going to grow, they're going to get better and bigger, faster, stronger. So,
and another good play, another good throw here by Jones Hundemer. And you know, he shows off his arm strength a little bit there. You know, throws the ball on the run, and then again, guess who comes up with the tackle? Number 2, Peyton Bisker.
Looks like Brookings might go for it here, and I mean, why not? I mean, they said it's 0-0 in the second half. Go try and hang your hat on winning it.
For sure.
Zero problem with this.
Yo, no, none at all. I think it's a good play. 4th and 3 here from your own 37. They're going to line up in an I formation. Quarterback's going to take the snap and hand off. And again, great play there. Good run by number 23 for the Bobcats. And that's going to be Gavin Hamrick again. I tell you what, man, like that kid impresses me. He's got a good frame, 6'3", 185 pounds. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, they're going to have to lean on him a lot the rest of the season. You can see that, and that might be what he wants, but he's going to grow into that frame too, and he's going to probably be a problem for the Arrows down the road. You
know, you got a sophomore quarterback, you got a sophomore running back. You know, there's a lot. There's a bright future, a lot to look forward to for the Bobcats here, as they get a brand new set of downs, a 1st and 10 on the 33. So they're going to go back to a traditional I formation. Fullback in front of the running back. Quarterback is going to take the snap, and he's going to play action and bootleg a little bit, and he's going to get sacked for a fumble. Guess who comes up with the sack? Tell me his name.
Number 2, Peyton Bisker.
Say his name.
He's all over the field.
Peyton Bisker just getting after it.
Brookings must have fell on that ball. Yeah, it was a fumble. He got it out, but Brookings fell on it. But heck of a play to run him down all the way across the field. Never gave up on it. I said, now you're in the 4th quarter. You're up by 33. One of your best players isn't taking any plays off. He's flying across the field. Still making a huge impact in this game, still keeping that 0 on the board.
You know, what he's doing is he's showing senior leadership. You know, that's what he's doing. And he's also doing that, you know, like I said, Dad Brian is just a phenomenal person, and you could tell that he was raised well. So here we go. It's going to be 2nd and 18 as the Bobcats go back under shotgun, and they're going to pitch, and again in the backfield. Again in the backfield. Peyton Bisker, when you're done watching this, all I want is a quick little autograph. That's it.
And I did tell you earlier, you got to quit throwing the ball at him, but
now you got to quit running the ball towards him.
What do you want to do? Have him take a knee every play?
Jeez.
I mean, you're running right, and he's running down. You're running it right at him, and he's just knocking it right out. So
let's look at this replay brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. Peyton Bisker comes into the backfield, shoulder on ball, down.
Been all over tonight. Been really fun to watch.
Yeah, he really has. So we'll see what Brookings can dial up here, 3rd and 22 with just about 8 minutes to go. They're going to go with an empty backfield as the quarterback takes the ball from the shotgun. He's under pressure again. Throws a nice ball, and he's immediately met by, I can't get a number there. Is that Beauchamp?
I think, yeah, Mr. 88.
Yeah, that's Captain. That's Captain Beauchamp to us.
Sure is.
Well, I tell you what, this Watertown Arrows defense has just been super fun to watch.
Get a few more minutes. They're going to punt here again, so that's good. You know, like I said, I just keep watching that scoreboard. I keep making sure it stays at 0.
Well, we'll see what Brookings get dialed up here on 4th and 17. Looks like they're in the punt formation here. Nobody back for the Arrows to return it, so they're going to stay on their base. Brookings is going to get it, and they are going to punt it away. Ball's going to bounce right around the 20-yard line. It's going to get an Arrows bounce, or excuse me, a Brookings roll, and it's going to roll out at around the 13-yard line.
Punter always gets a good bounce for them, for all Brookings Bobcats.
Well, 7 minutes and 18 seconds left. Your Watertown Arrows lead by a score of 33-0, and excuse me, at this point, I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to run some clock, maybe get some young kids in, celebrate, go home,
Yeah,
maybe play a game of Fortnite and call it a night.
Yeah, I think some of your big guns looks like are out of there. I can see most of the starters look like they're out. High fives going around the sidelines. These guys played good tonight. So get these young guys in there. They practice every day too. They work their butt off for this team. So it's good to see them get in with, really probably got 2 good drives here ahead of you.
Yeah, it looks like Caden Beauchamp is, thought he was taking off his pads, but looks like he's going to stick around for a little bit yet here. It's hard to say who took that ball, Tyson. The boosters aren't working for the 43-year-old like they used to. What number is that, sir?
I think it's
offensive number 83, Aiden Jorgensen.
83, Aiden Jorgensen.
On the play.
That's the sophomore again.
For the Bobcats is number 9, Bryson.
That's a 3-yard gain. So as we approach the 6.5-minute mark here, if you're Watertown, really, is that all you're trying to do now? Is that you're just trying to burn some clock, run it out, and get out of here healthy with the 1-0 win?
Yeah, and it's the standard still needs to be upheld. Like he expects these young kids to go out here and execute these plays, to line up right, to not jump. If they run a motion play, have that all down. I mean, these guys practice too. I mean, he expects them to know it. So, yeah, the main probably goal at this point is not getting anybody hurt, but he wants to see these kids execute too.
So Trayton's going to drop back and pass here, and looks like he's got his man right on the sideline on the far end of the field for a first down.
Number 10, I believe.
Is that number 10 for the Arrows?
Cohen Kranz.
Cohen Kranz makes his first catch of the night. Cohen Kranz is a 5'11", 160-pound senior.
Again, rolls out to his left, but he gets his shoulder square. He's definitely rolled out to his weak side more than I expected him to, but
that's kind of been a strong point of his game. Like, he has rolled out to the weak side more than he has the strong side, but he did throw the touchdown pass on the.
He was going to his left. He was going to. I think almost every pass we've seen him complete. I'm sure I'm wrong, but it feels like every big play he's made, he's been rolling to his left. But he's done a good job. Really, besides that first one, I think was his worst one. After that, he's really been getting his shoulders squared. He's been getting his feet set to it to deliver a good ball.
Hands off here. Looks like again to Aiden Jorgensen, and Aiden's gonna bully his way through for a couple of yards and keep the clock running. This is really good, good experience, good time for the young sophomore to get a feel for the Friday Night Lights and kind of see what it's all about.
Yeah, it looks like Brookings got some of their guys rotated in now as well. Again, same thing. They practice all week too. Practice a lot in the summer. They lift all those weights, so it is always good to see some of those guys get in there too.
And while we've got a little bit of break in the action here as we're winding down, just a quick shout out to the Watertown community for showing up to the iconic stadium tonight. I could stick my head out the window and look both left or right, and all I can see is Arrows fans as Hemrick delivers a ball that's behind number 10, Cohen Kranz, who makes a fantastic catch.
If there's something for him to work on, the quarterback,
yeah.
When he's rolled to his right, he's been a little behind his receivers. And again, when you win like this or you lose, you always got to look at ways to improve, and that's probably his biggest thing is he's thrown a little bit across his body when he's rolled to his right. But again, it's better to learn that in a 33-0 win than a 33-0 loss.
Sure, absolutely. Trayton's done a good job overall. I mean, I think he's really been poised. He's delivered some nice balls, and Cohen made a great catch there. And sometimes the quarterback's not going to make a phenomenal throw. He's not playing on Sundays. He's playing on Friday nights here in Watertown, South Dakota, and he's not always going to make a great throw. So it's up to the receivers to help him out a little bit. And that particular play, Cohen Kranz did a really nice job and helped him out.
Build some confidence too. I mean, you have a little bit more, little confidence in that guy saying, even if I throw it in a bad spot, he's going to go get it.
You know, I tell you what, as we sit here and look at some of these other guys that are on the field, I can't help but notice number 71 for the Arrows, and that's Carter Ingles. That's a big boy. Carter Ingles is a big boy. That's the right tackle. 6'6", 265 pounds.
I noticed him when I got here and I parked in the parking lot. I could see him. He's been an enforcer all night too. This whole offensive line, I've said it 100 times how good they've been tonight, but you might not see their names in the paper tomorrow, but they should be. They've done a heck of a job.
Yeah, I don't disagree, and you know they're just they're the guys that they're the unsung heroes of football, not only for your Watertown Arrows, but all across the country at every level. You know, they're big. You know, they're aggressive, but what they do is they open up the holes for the Juven Hudsons and the Spartses and then now here for the Jorgensens of the world, and just kudos and hats off to them. I mean, Coach Hodorf and the whole offensive crew have really done a phenomenal job of coaching these young men up.
I just saw the last guy in there, number 27, Corbin Hansen, just had a fullback dive. The sophomore just got us in their first down. So really spreading it around now in this last couple quarters. Again, if you're trying to be nitpicky, I think this second half is still 0-0. So, you like to see these young guys go down and put some points on the board, but regardless, you want to see them in there executing correctly, lining up right. Snap always good, no penalties. That's a big highlight too, but you'd still love to see these kids go down and punch one in.
Sure. Looks like number 17, Marcus Pitkin, is going to come in at quarterback. 5'10", 165-pound sophomore. I think his job here is going to be to receive the ball and hand the ball off.
I think you're right. I like to see him do a little, maybe a quarterback sweep one way or the other, just to get him run around and see how athletic he is. But I got a feeling you're right. He's going to be a lot of grabbing and handing off here.
See what we do at 1st and 10, and there you go. You called it, Mr. Romo, as he goes out on a sweep, and boy,
he's fast.
Boy, that young man, that's some good footwork there. I think what he did there is he hit the L1 button on the controller as he juked his way and found a hole and went up the field for about 12 yards.
I wouldn't mind watching 4 or 5 more plays of that before this game's over. Just get him, you said he's a freshman? Sophomore. Get him used to being in the action here on Friday nights in this big field with this crowd. See what he can do a little bit. Have him take a few hits. Have him give a few, too, while he's at it.
Well, let's see maybe if he can drop back, find something in the pocket. We'll see if Hodorf is going to let him throw a little bit. Oh, looks like we're going to bring it back.
Must have had a hold somewhere in there.
Yeah, we lost connection with our referees, so, and I didn't see.
After the first down, there must have been a hold, so now it's 1st and 8.
Yeah, 1st and 8, and then the clock will continue to run here. So we'll see what the young sophomore quarterback can do here. Most likely hand it off here.
Oh, there's a flag.
Yeah. Did he get on the line? I think he got on the line there. I didn't see a flag. Look at him go.
He is fast.
Boy, and he took a pretty big hit there right on the sideline, but guess what he does? He gets up right away.
That's exactly what you want. See how he handles it. But, yeah, I don't think he was set for a whole second yet, Sam.
I don't think he was set for a whole second either, but, however, it doesn't matter what I think or what you think. It's that zebra down there, and he thinks when it's 33-0 with 3 minutes left, he was set.
He's got better things to do than
he was
set. Care of the penalty.
100% he was set.
And I think, they just had a holding there, and they had one on the kickoff. I think the Arrows have had 3 penalties tonight. So, again, for night 1, and then the one turnover that was kind of, got bounced around a little bit.
Sure.
Pretty clean night. Pretty clean night 1. He's doing it again. Sweep left, sweep right, sweep left again.
He just showed it. So now, look at that's a great play. This young man is talented. He's got a lot of speed. He's quick. He's fast. He appears to be incredibly athletic, but for a second there, you could see him take the ball and kind of have it out here, Walter Payton style.
Yeah.
Kind of holding it like a loaf of bread. Really needs to bring that ball in.
He's averaging 10 yards a pop, so he feels a little Walter Payton-esque right now. So
that's fair. You know what? If he's averaging 10 yards a pop, he can do whatever he wants.
Hodorf's probably okay with it too, that if he's going to average 10, 12 yards a carry, but they'll get that cleaned up.
Well, yeah, we'll see if Hodorf is going to talk to young Pitkin about ball security. So 1st and 10 here as 3 minutes go to the clock, and the Arrows are going to go back under center under a traditional I formation, and this time they're going to hand off to the lead guy. And I can't.
I wonder if that's 27 again. That was the fullback before. We'll see.
Again, it's number 27.
Sure is.
Who is that? Number 27
Yep,
again?
Corbin Hansen again.
Corbin Hansen. That is Corbin Hansen, who is the 5'9", 180-pound sophomore.
There you go. Get Winches out of there.
Yeah, you know what? We should all be standing up and giving that young man a standing ovation.
He's probably upset he's getting taken out.
Yep, and here comes another guy running off the field, and that's number 27
The
again.
fullback,
That's
yep.
Corbin Hansen. So the Arrows are going to take it 2nd and 6 with just over 2 minutes left in a 33-0 game. And we're going to let this young man run again. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to shift field. He might have a lane. He's going to bust. He's going to carry number 9 all the way.
He
Boy,
gets out of bounds at the 15, I think.
I tell you what, there's 2 minutes left in this game. It's 33-0 good, guys. I'm still excited.
There's something to be said. This second half is 0-0. I'm still want to see the Arrows punches in here. Number 17's got his eyes on the end zone every play so far.
Let me tell you what, number 17, Marcus Pitkin, is saying, I'm going to take full advantage of the opportunity I have, and I'm going to go out here and play football. And not only am I going to play football, but I'm going to do it really well.
I'm not going back to school Monday without a touchdown is what he's thinking.
Well, let's see if the young man can bang one in here with 1:55 left.
Whatever plays they're calling right now might be getting audible to QB sweep right and left.
Yeah, we'll see what he does as he goes back under center. This time he's going to hand off. I believe that's going to be to Jorgensen. Jorgensen's going to carry a guy. He's going to get hit in the backfield, but he's going to move up a couple of yards.
Yep. You don't expect the Arrows to throw the ball here.
No.
Maybe that unwritten rule, they're not gonna step over, but they're still gonna keep playing, trying hard to. Hopefully, hopefully we can run one in here.
So we got 1.5 minutes left. 33-0 still. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
On the 15, it looks like.
See if we can maybe pound one in here one more time. We can all go home happy. So second and 9. We're going to chew up as much clock as we are. It looks like this. Are we in the victory formation here, sir? Are we going to take a knee?
I think we are. Sure are.
Yep, sure are. You know what? That's a good job by Hodorf. I appreciate what he's doing there. He's got an opportunity to bang one in one time, and what he's going to do is he's going to take a knee. We're going to run it down, and we're going to get out of this game with 33-0 victory. Okay, well, Tyson, I'm going to let you finish this off with the 33 seconds. I'm going to take this mic. I'm going to go see if I can't find Coach Hodorf and do a quick on-field interview.
You get down there, I'll handle it from here.
Perfect.
So a good night here for the Arrows to recap a 33-0 victory. Fired on all cylinders all night from the opening play all the way through to the victory formation. Teams are going to shake it up now. And thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Sam Mooney's on his way down to see if he can catch up with Coach Hodorf. As Sam's looking to catch up here with Coach Hodorf, again, great job by the Bobcats tonight and the Arrows. Really good, clean game for the first night. Arrows didn't have very many penalties, had one turnover, but overall, it really was an exceptional night by the Arrows, especially to bounce back from the game last year with Brookings. So hopefully we can get some good momentum off this one. I think they take on Huron next week. I'm going to send it down to Sam Mooney right now. He's going to catch up with Coach Hodorf, the winning coach.
Okay, we are here with the winning coach of your Watertown Arrows, Coach Hodorf. How's it feel? 33-0. Good way to start.
That's a great way to start. We played a really good first half. Did a really nice job in every phase of the game. Played great on special teams, played good on offense, played good on defense. The only problem we had is we didn't come out and just take it further in the second half. We kind of had a little let up going into the second quarter there. Didn't put any points on the board in the whole second half. I felt like the guys played really hard. We had guys step up that haven't played football. Peyton Fisker, first year playing football, has an interception, probably 7-8 tackles, does a great job. Little Ketwig had an interception. We had a bunch of guys step up and do great things that weren't necessarily starters.
Talk to us a little bit about the offensive line and how they set the tone early. It opened up holes for Hudson, opened up holes for Sparts, opened up holes for a lot of guys. What do those offensive linemen mean to you?
They're an awesome group. They're big, they're strong, they're athletic. They're going to keep improving. They're also really young, so they're a group that we got to keep working with. There's only one senior in the bunch, and there's a couple other guys that are sophomores that are also really good football players.
Well, there you have it from Coach Hordorf. Last year, this time, you played Brookings. It was a tough loss. You scored 3 points. Tonight, you scored 33. You get points from your offense. You get points from your special teams. You're walking away 1-0. Good luck next week in Huron.
Thank you.
Great interview there from Coach Hordorf and Sam Mooney. Again, he just talked about how important that offensive line was and how important this team stepped up. Not just seniors, not just starters. From start to finish, this group really delivered. Kind of mentioned what we talked about the second half. There was things to work on and improve from, and that's got to be that head coach's mentality. There's always things you can do better and work on and grow from. But overall, we can take a step back and look at it and say this team did a heck of a job. Took their foot off the gas a little bit in that second half. When you're up 33-0, that's to be expected a little bit. But overall, very happy to see the job they did. And the Brookings Bobcats, again, they never gave up. They played hard. Played us to a 0-0 second half. A lot of young guys on that sideline. Running back, quarterback, some offensive linemen. They're going to grow into their bodies and into their form and their stature over the years. So I don't know if I'm excited to see them in years to come because they're going to be tough. But tonight belongs to the Arrows, and 33-0 victory. Started again by an opening play, kickoff return by Juven Hudson. Broke 1.5 tackles, and he was off to the races. Followed up by a blocked punt by Mr. Captain Caden Beauchamp, and the Arrows just kind of rolled from there. They never looked back. What a night! What a win! What a week one! And excited to see what we do for Huron next week. My running mate here, Sam Mooney's just kind of getting back into the booth. He's probably going to be out of wind. I think he's enjoying the cool air outside. Here he comes. Sam Mooney, great job with the interview, sir. Give me some closing remarks here to cap off the night one.
All right, we are back. So, special thanks to Coach Hodorf for taking a couple seconds and visiting with us. If we pop this light on, is that going to help us?
Yeah.
There we go. How about that? So, Coach Hodorf, appreciate you taking a few minutes and visiting with us after the game. Big win for your Arrows as they start the season 1-0. 33-0.
33 rep.
33-0. It's a good way to start the game. So I believe the Arrows are going to be on the road next week. They're going to be at Huron. We are going to do our best to try to get to that game, but we need help. And in order to do these away games, we can't do it without the students. So if you're a WHS student and you want to be involved in what we're doing and help us make this production bigger, better, not only for your school, but for our community and the other communities, we need some help. We need some camera people. We need some audio people. And so a big shout out to Katie, to Kyle, to Carter, to our great Cam Corey. Shout out to Sonny and Spencer, and more importantly, shout out to Ryan Remmers for putting this all on. Thank you to Dakota Land for sponsoring this and being with us and making this all happen. And we're excited for the opportunity. We're going to see you. We're going to try to see you next week. If we don't see you next week, we'll see you back home in week 3. So that's going to do it for Arrow TV week 1, night 1. Big win from your Watertown Arrows. And go Arrows.
Go Arrows. We'll see you in a couple weeks, if not next week.
All right. Have a good night.